following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. Play ball! It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Smallwood and Small Insurance, Thomas Miller Agent, Administrative Drive, Martinsburg. Cider Press Restaurant, Exit 5, Inwood. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring in Inwood. Chris Ross with Milestone Realty, Tavern Road, Martinsburg. The Mortgage Center in the Aiken Center, Martinsburg. Dynamark Atlantic Security, your local alarm professional. Holly's VIP Northside, Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. Art McBee Insurance, Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. D&N Auto Specialists off Tavern Road, Martinsburg. And Heffley Motors, HeffleyMotorCompany.com.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome into Sager Field. We are on the campus of Jefferson High School, where tonight we will throw out the first pitch on a best 2 out of 3 West Virginia State Class AAA Region 2 Baseball Championship Series as the Jefferson Cougars, the top seed in the region, play host to the 3 seed in the Martinsburg Bulldogs. For Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 Sports, I'm Matt Miller along with Matt Crawford, John Alderton on our TV10 camera. Spencer Dupuis is our producer on site. Our studio engineer is Colin McLaughlin. Well, Matt, here we go. We are down to 2 teams remaining and a chance to advance on to the state tournament. Whoever can come out of here with a pair of wins, and it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, not easy in the least. Martinsburg has been one of the better teams in the Eastern Panhandle, and if you look at their overall record over the month of May and June, one of the better teams across the Mountain State. And for Jefferson, well, they started at the top this year and really haven't looked back since. Had a little bit of a road bump and may not have gone through the sectional round like you would have thought, but hey, it doesn't matter how you get the wins, right? It's all about getting the wins, and these are the final 2 teams left in Region 2, and hopefully by Tuesday or Wednesday we have an idea of who's going on to the state tournament in Charleston next week.
Well, and I'm sure if you talk to both of these coaches, they will say that you should expect the games to get a little tougher as you get into postseason play, and obviously the deeper you get, the more challenging those games become. Jefferson in the postseason suffered a loss in their first outing against Washington, 4-2 the final, needed 8 innings to get by Hampshire in an elimination game, 2-1, then a 10-inning 6-5 victory against Washington, one in which they scored 3 in the bottom half of the 7th inning just to tie it at 5 and get it to extra innings, and then they were down, Matt, 9-2 in yet another elimination game against the Patriots, but rallied for the 13-10 victory, so they are surely battle-tested coming into this series.
And what does that tell you? It means they can win a bunch of different ways. They can win games, and we've seen quite a few mercy rule games for them in 5 innings this year. We've seen them play in tight games that went to extra innings, and we've seen them come back in games where you look at 9-2 going into the bottom of the 3rd, and you're going, man, this is not looking good if you're a fan of the Jefferson Cougars, but they come back and win that game. So they've won in every way possible this year, and there is not an easy out in this lineup.
So Jefferson wins 3 consecutive elimination games. Martinsburg says anything you can do, we can do better. Matt, they've won 4 consecutive elimination games. They dropped their opener in the sectional tournament, 6-5 the final against Musselman, then came back to beat Spring Mills 5-1, Musselman 7-6, and then took 2 from Hedgesville, 8-7 in the final game, 3-2 in 9 innings. They, like Jefferson, battle-tested.
Yeah, and Martinsburg, you can't say didn't earn it. They eliminated every single team in their section. They are through the section, and certainly looking forward to seeing what they can do against Jefferson. The last time these 2 teams saw each other in the regular season, we were right here at Sager Field, and what was the second to last week of the regular season, and that was a heck of a ball game. If we have a series anything like the last time these 2 teams hit the field, it should be a good one.
Yep, it was a 4-run bottom of the 6th inning that was the difference as Jefferson rallied for the 7-6 win over Martinsburg in that one. They swept the season series, taking the game at Martinsburg way back in the beginning of the year. 16-0 was the final in that one. The record for the Cougars coming in 25-3, winners of 3 in a row, 6 of 7. Martinsburg 22-7. They've won 4 straight and have won 16 of their last 18. Now let's send it to the studio. We'll take a 60-second break. On the other side, we'll get a chance to hear from both head coaches. This is West Virginia High School playoff baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire? Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
We welcome you back into Sager Field. The Jefferson Cougars getting in their final infield warm-ups as we get ready for action in this one. Jefferson hosting Martinsburg. Time now to hear from both head coaches. We start with John Lowry Sr. and ask him about the excitement of being at this stage of the season.
Oh, yeah, it's great. It's just, anytime you can win a sectional and the drama that was surrounded, I guess on both sides, from their side and our side both, it makes it a special memory. It's good to go into the regional now. The regional adds to sectional. Years back used to be a single elimination deal. So now it's you get into teams, pitching staffs a little bit, and you can make a mistake without maybe being the fatal mistake, so to speak. And it's going to be fun to have a 2 out of 3 series. We were in the same in 2019 with Hedgesville, and of course they were able to sweep us. So we're hoping to do a little better tonight.
When you talk about the regular season matchups with Martinsburg, early in the year you guys got them in a lopsided victory. Last time out it was a very close ball game. What do you take out of those maybe into this?
Well, I've mentioned in the paper the first game, I think it was the third game of the year. So everybody's still doing some experimenting, trying to figure this out, trying to figure that out, who their pitching is. And the thing about a game like that, too, that some people lose sight of, it ended up getting to be whatever it was, 16, 15, I don't know what it was. It was a run rule game. But point is, once the game starts to get out of hand, so to speak, then you start maybe use some of your younger guys just to see what they can do. And it kind of, helps inflate that maybe some, whereas in a different situation, it wouldn't have got that far out of hand. Obviously, Martinsburg, has a good team. When you win 22 games, you have a good team. I remember the one year we had lost one game going into the state tournament, and we got 10 run by TJ. So, it's just the nature of baseball that, games can be like that. And I don't think that, while they feel good at the moment, they don't really have any long-term bearing on anything.
Final question, just what does this series come down to? Is it all about execution? Which team can do that better?
Well, I think it's the team that plays best, and you're correct, execution. You got to make the plays. You got to eliminate the mistakes. You got to throw strikes. You got to value each pitch. You never know which pitch might be the difference in the game. That's a hard concept to get guys this age to really buy into, but if you understand it's a 7-inning game both ways, you get ahead, they get ahead, you get behind, they get behind. You got to get them out 21 times, and that's just the way you have to play it, one pitch at a time.
Coach, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
And there you hear from Jefferson Cougar head coach John Lowry Sr. The Cougars taking on the Martinsburg Bulldogs here in Game 1 of a best-of-3 AAA Region 2 final series. For Martinsburg, they're led by head coach Aaron Byler. Matt, you talked with him.
Just got it started with, hey, you're in the regional round. You are 2 wins away from going to the state tournament. What his thoughts were on going into this regional best-of-3 series?
I think it was a great sectional tournament on both sides, both in Section 1 and Section 2, and we're just excited for the opportunity to advance and to be able to play today.
I know you were mentioning saying that you think the pressure's off of you guys as Jefferson, one of the top teams in the state all year long. Was that just kind of something to keep the boys loose, or is that something you've been saying since you realized you were playing them?
Well, I think it's just a fact of what it's been. I mean, they've been ranked in Metro News of 1 or 2 all year. You know, all the headlines in the newspaper and stuff, you know, all year long has been about this Jefferson team, and I guess rightfully so. But like I told the kids before we left today, we earned the right to be on the field today, and we're excited about it.
Not often you see the same pitcher 3 times. You're going to see Riley Vidal again tonight. Does that add any more intrigue, or is that, hey, you know what you're going to get when he's on the mound?
Yeah, I think you know what you're going to get, and I think, you know, seeing him twice in the regular season was kind of just a case of probably how their pitching rotation worked out. Kind of the same deal for them seeing Joe for the 3rd time tomorrow. And, yeah, I think it helps with knowing his pitches. And, you know, it comes down to what? Throwing strikes, catching the baseball, and hitting in big situations. And Riley obviously, you know, throws strikes and fills up the zone for him. So we just got to make sure that we limit our strikeouts, put the ball in play, and put a little bit of pressure on him.
It's Caleb for you guys on the mound. What have you seen in Edwards all year to really become that ace?
Yeah, I mean, Caleb's just been great all year. He's, like I told you before, been our Friday night game. We got all the confidence in the world in him. Hope the moment's not too big for him. You know, we talked to him about just pitching to contact a little bit and letting our defense work, because I think our defense has been pretty good. So we're just hoping that he fills up the zone tonight and gives us a chance, and I think he will.
This matchup was historically what you would see in a regional final for many, many years. First time you've seen them now in the regional round of the postseason. Are you excited to get that rivalry back at this level?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of excitement and buzz around the communities for what that rivalry used to be and what we're trying to make it again. And it's a step in the right direction for our program to be playing here today, and just excited for the opportunity. I told them, you know, again, before we left, you know, great moments only happen in great opportunities, and we got a great opportunity here today, and man, are we excited.
Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck.
Thanks, Matt.
There you go. That is Matt Crawford with Aaron Byler, the Martinsburg head coach, and we are just about ready for action here. Let's take another 1-minute timeout. On the other side of the break, we'll take a look at the starting lineups and get you ready for the play-by-play. It's West Virginia High School Boys Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
The final preparations going on the field as the 4-man umpiring crew gets together with both head coaches at home plate. They go over the ground rules here at Sager Field. Great facility established back in 1974. Dimensions 312 down the lines, 365 into the power alleys, 385 into straightaway center field, and plenty of foul territory down both lines and behind the plate that gives you a chance to make some plays that maybe at other high school parks you don't make.
Yeah, and it allows the opportunity for runs. We've seen multiple times, not only this year, but throughout the course of baseball here, a ball gets by a catcher. There's most of the time not going to be a play at the plate. If it gets all the way back to the brick backstop right in front of us, that run's scoring from third 99.9 times out of 100. So catchers have to be on point here today. So Connor Bailey and Matthew Sonovich certainly have their hands full because of the way these two teams have been playing coming into this game. One run could go a very long way.
We will see how it plays out. Two very good pitchers on the hill. We'll have their numbers as we get into the action. But, Matt, time for us right now to take a look at today's starting lineup.
Let's start with the Martinsburg Bulldogs. They come in as the 3 seed in Region 2 AAA across the Mountain State. 22-7 is their record. In the leadoff spot playing left field is Landon Sifford. Batting second, playing second, Hudson Clement. At shortstop, batting third, Jack Reisenweber. In the cleanup spot, first baseman Isaiah Morris. Doing the pitching is Caleb Edwards. Jake Zittel is the DH, batting fifth. He is DHing for Jordan Canby in right field. Batting seventh, playing center field is Shine Knotts. Michael Lupus will play the hot corner and hit eighth. And Rounding out the batting order is catcher Matthew Asanovich.
For Martinsburg's coaching staff, we mentioned third-year head coach Aaron Byler. He's looking for win number 70 in that Bulldog uniform tonight, coming in at 69-29, assisted by Kurt Zarnecki, along with Bo Bartley and Zeke Grissinger, Buzzy Jackson, Aaron Pearson, and Larry Cooper.
For the Jefferson Cougars, they come in the 1 seed in the region. 25-3 is their record to this point in the season. In the leadoff spot is catcher Connor Bailey, batting second, playing third base Cullen Horowitz. DHing is Reagan Ollinger. He will play the true DH, batting for Riley Badaz on the mound. Batting fourth is right fielder Zach Rose. Sammy Roberts bats fifth. He will play first base defensively for the Cougars. Sam Wabnitz is batting sixth, playing center field. At second base, batting seventh, Finn Horowitz. Batting eighth, playing short, Camian Gonzalez. And rounding out the batting order for Jefferson is left fielder Peyton Corwin.
Coaching staff for Jefferson led by John Lowry Sr., 48th year here with this program, 50th overall. Add 1 year to both of those when it comes to actual time because, well, there was no season last year.
That whole COVID thing.
I know, it always comes up. He's assisted by J.P. Jones, Ken Cross, Arthur Dodson, Brant Petrie, and Richard Stang. Matt, two programs that are very familiar with being in this type of a position. 12 state titles and 4 runner-up finishes in AAA for John Lowry Sr. and the Cougars. For the Martinsburg Bulldogs, 4 times they have been state champions, 3 of those under former head coach Vic Holmes, 1 of those under John Lowry Jr., son of John Lowry Sr., head coach here at Jefferson. And Martinsburg had a runner-up finish as well. So put it all together, that's 16 on one side, 5 on the other. 21 times these programs have been in the state championship game, and that dates back to about 1979.
Not too shabby.
Not bad at all. And an interesting note about this matchup, Matt, they last played in a regional final in 2011. Since that game, they have met 19 times, and Jefferson has won 15 of those matchups. And I stand corrected. I say they've met 19. This is the 19th meeting. They've met 18 times. So 15 wins, just 3 losses for Jefferson. However, they've met 3 times total in this regional final. Remember, these teams used to be in the same section on a regular basis, so they would meet in that sectional championship game. But in this particular situation, in a regional final, they met in 2009, and Martinsburg scored a 12-6 victory right here. In 2010, a 4-3 win for Martinsburg at home. And then in 2011, Jefferson with a 5-0 victory at Martinsburg to win that regional championship. Let's see how this one plays out here today.
And you think about all those years that these were probably, when they were meeting in that sectional round, that they may have been the top 2 teams in the region and just not had the opportunity to play for a regional title.
Yeah, and it's so true because many of the times whoever won the sectional title tended to be the one to win that regional title and go on to the state tournament as well. And for Martinsburg fans, they'll tell you too many times it was the Jefferson Cougars. Jefferson fans will say, we could have had a few more. The lineup's being introduced to the crowd on hand. The Jefferson players heading out onto the field as the rest of the team will then line up down the first baseline in the white pants and the gold jersey tops, the maroon lettering and trim. Martinsburg, the gray pants and jersey tops with orange lettering and black trim. They line up down the third baseline. As we pause here for the national anthem, we take a 2-minute timeout. When we return, it's the opening pitch and play-by-play of West Virginia High School playoff baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Craving lunch or dinner? The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving. Awarded one of the 101 most unique places to eat in West Virginia, the Cider will fill you up with their delicious fresh orchard panini, mouth-watering smoker burger, farmer's daughter Cobb salad, and more. The Cider Press also serves a wide selection of craft beer and hard ciders. The Cider Press, serving lunch and dinner daily and where the food is fresh. You'll feel right at home. Now offering online ordering at Cider Press Deli and Grill.com.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. John Alderton on our TV10 camera. Spencer Dupuis is our on-site producer. Colin McLaughlin, our engineer, back at the studio. Matt, as we get ready for some playoff baseball here, congratulations on state championship victories for a different sports program at each of these two schools.
Yeah, Martinsburg, in their first year playing lacrosse, takes home the state championship. So not a bad first year, but setting the bar awfully high. They're now 1-for-1 in years played and state championships. And for Jefferson, getting the girls track state championship. And Matt, how about only one individual finishing in first? Yet they were able to finish high enough in every other race and every other competition that as a team getting enough points to bring home that state championship.
Yeah, we understand some team first in there as well, and then add in those second, third place finishes, and plenty for the Jefferson girls to win that state championship. And congratulations also to the Spring Mills lacrosse team as the Cardinals boys went 14-0 as they claimed the championship over the weekend as well. So a lot of excitement here as we wrap up the school year a little later than normal.
Yeah, we're used to crowning the regional champion right around the Memorial Day holiday, and we're well past that. So it's a lot later than usual. These kids have been out of school a lot longer than they're used to being and still playing baseball at this point, but I think they're okay with it.
Absolutely.
Better than last year.
And a great weather evening so far for this one as we are just about to get started. Well, Matt, just wrapping up his warm-up tosses, Riley Vadaz, and he has been very good this year.
He's been extremely good this year. In 43 innings on the mound, a 6-1 record, a 2.27 ERA. This will be start number 9 for him, his 11th overall appearance. 41 hits given up in that 43 innings, 18 runs, 14 of those earned. 55 strikeouts to just 15 walks. And I think we've seen him this year in our coverage more than just about any other pitcher in the Eastern Panhandle.
The right-hander is ready in the first pitch of the ball game. A fastball, and it is taken for strike one, and our opening pitch comes at 6:01.
We got to talk to somebody. They're a minute late.
Ready again. Vadaz lifts the leg, delivers to the plate. High pitch fouled straight back and into the top of the netting. And the count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to the sophomore in the leadoff spot, Landon Sifford.
Sifford, a 306 hitter. That's 34-98. He's had 12 walks in that leadoff spot.
Does have a home run, 18 driven in, swing and a miss at a high fastball, and he is down on strikes on just 3 pitches. Nice start for Vadaz.
Nice start for Vadaz, and with the 0-2 count, you throw that chase pitch. Some guys go with the breaking ball low and away to try to get him to chase. Vadaz going, hey, I'm going to rear back and give you a fastball here above the letters, and Sifford was kind enough to go after it.
One away, base is empty. Here comes Hudson Clement, and the first pitch to him inside for ball 1.
First breaking ball we've seen from Vadaz. It was 3 straight fastballs to retire Sifford.
Not a lot of movement on that one either as he started it inside and it stayed in there. 1-0 delivery on the way. Comes back with that fastball down low. 2 balls and no strikes, and Clement has arguably been one of the hottest Bulldog hitters as we got into the postseason.
As you went into the postseason, yes, but that sectional round dropping that average, so not coming in swinging the bat as hot as he would want to, but this is a little loop job.
Yep, a looper out into shallow left field on a 2-0 pitch, and Hudson Clement has the game's first hit, a single dropping in front of left fielder Peyton Corwin.
Yeah, 2-0 count, definitely didn't get the medal he wanted on that one, but it's all about hitting them where they ain't in the game of baseball, and good enough for a 1-out base runner for Martinsburg here in the top of the first.
I hope I am correct. I believe it was Willie Keeler back in the day who made that statement. Hit them where they ain't.
It's so true.
Jack Reisenweber, the senior shortstop, number 3 hitter in the order, batting with 1 out and a runner at first. Moves that front shoulder or spins it out of the way, if you will, of ball 1 high and tight.
4-man umpiring crew for tonight's game, as it is throughout the sectional and regional round. get into those after this pitch.
The 1-0 is due. Vidaz from the stretch. Here's the delivery. That one's in there for a strike. Reisenweber watches. It's 1-1.
Jeff King is behind the plate. Dave Boyd's at first base. Neil Ryman-Schneider at second. And Buck Hoffmaster at third.
Toss over to first, and that sends Clement back in standing. He's got good speed. We've seen Coach Aaron Byler be aggressive on the base paths this year. Coach Byler down in that third base coach's box for the Bulldogs. Bo Bartley down in that first base coach's box. Pitch to the plate on the 1-1. Popped foul and out of play first base side. Now at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And Coach Byler starting strong in his first 3 seasons. This is his second trip to the regional round of the playoffs in his first 3 seasons on the field. Again, 4 overall, but 3 seasons on the field. He's been in this round twice now and won the regional in his first year back in 2018.
Another toss over as Clement goes back in. Yeah, Martinsburg dropping that state semifinal game. Very close matchup. Again, a throw over to first as Vidaz doing everything to keep Clement close. Sammy Roberts holds him on there, minus the luscious locks. 1-2 delivery. Runner was on the move on a breaking pitch that is fouled into the screen over near that first base dugout occupied by Jefferson. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good job by Reisenweber, though. You could tell he had fully loaded and come through the zone. He had no weight behind him on that, just trying to fight off and live to see another pitch, and did that. He's only struck out 15 times this year, and this is 83rd at bat. A couple more plate appearances in there. 28 walks and 15 strikeouts, though. So he has found his way on base an awful lot this year to go along with a .439 batting average.
Yeah, how about a .583 on base percentage? Again, he gets out of the way of a fastball that misses off that inside corner. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that's what you expected from him this year. As a senior this year who had valuable playing time as just a sophomore, you expected him to have the type of year he has had.
Another throw over to first. Clement back in on the dive. Yeah, he has had an outstanding year. Not only we're talking about him because of his skills at the plate right now because he's batting, but Matt, his play in the field has been exceptional. High pitch that misses, bouncing in and out of the catcher's mitt of Connor Bailey. That is ball 3, and the runner was on the move as Hudson Clement steals second base.
He was going on first move of Vidaz after Vidaz had thrown over several times over the past several pitches. Did not there. Clement, good break on first movement. Now Reisenweber's got a duck on the pond.
Yep, now the payoff pitch, the 3-2 delivery. Second baseman ducking over near the bag. Here comes the pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss. He got him.
Again, going with the fastball up in the zone. That one not a borderline pitch. You got to take a hack at it. Didn't chase it up nearly as high as Siffer did in that first at-bat. But just tougher to go up the ladder with Vidaz, who's up there in terms of speed in the Eastern Panhandle with that fastball. Kyle West, a good amount of speed at Hedgesville with that fastball, but Vidaz right up there as well.
Well, and we'll have time taken as Isaiah Morris was stepping into the left-hand batter's box off of the bucket along the first base side and making his way to the mound. Ken Cross, the pitching coach, perhaps just wanting to go over a few tips on trying to retire Isaiah Morris, who the last time these teams met, Morris had a couple of big doubles and drove in 3 runs in that 6-run effort as Jefferson rallied and beat Martinsburg 7-6.
You know, Morris has been a very good hitter on pitches down the middle and inside. Still trying to develop, trying to work that outside pitch and trying to go the other way with it. Now, it's been a conversation we've had with Coach Byler throughout the season, just trying to get him to figure out how to throw the bat at it and drive it into left field.
Now the first pitch of the at-bat just off that outside corner to the left-hand batter. That is ball 1. Very good crowd on hand for the opener of this best-of-3 regional final. 1-0 pitch is due. Morris in the left-hand box ready. Gonzalez ducking behind the runner at short. Gets back into position as the breaking pitch is in there for a strike. Morris with a check swing, but I think the strike was more on the location.
You know, we've seen a breaking ball start outside and then break in, and then a fastball on the outside of the plate. So it looks like Vidaz is trying to work that outer edge of the zone.
Yeah, misses up and away this time for ball 2. Morris hitting .281, does have 3 home runs and 28 runs driven in. Looking through that starting lineup, the 3 home runs leading this group.
As is the 28 runs driven in.
2-1 pitch on the way, and that one was in there. You could see the facial expression as that pitch was in there for a strike, and Morris may be feeling like he let one go by.
Got to protect with 2 strikes. If you're Martinsburg, you don't want to leave a runner in scoring position. here in the first inning. Good opportunity to start to set the tone early.
Runner at second, 2 outs, 2-2 pitch, down and in. It gets by Bailey through to the backstop. That will likely be a wild pitch that will advance Hudson Clement to third and run the count full to Morris. So now a run just 90 feet away, but a 3-2 pitch due to the junior Isaiah Morris. Well, a pair of strikeouts in the inning for Vadaz, including getting Reisenweber on a 3-2 pitch. He is ready to go as Morris is in the left-hand batter's box. The right-hander delivers, swing and a miss, and he strikes out the side. Work that fastball again on or maybe just off of that outside corner. And a great first inning for Riley Vadaz, able to pitch around the 1-out single from Hudson Clement. He steals second, moves to third on a wild pitch, but will be left in scoring position. Through a half an inning, it is Martinsburg 0, Jefferson coming to bat.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com.
NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Welcome back into Sager Field. We are moving to the bottom half of inning number 1. Sunny skies and currently 88 degrees.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, because we got a cool front that's moving through. Expected to bring some showers as we get into the evening and overnight hours. A low of 63. And tomorrow with sunshine, our high is only going to be 77. Even better baseball weather tomorrow. Game 2, by the way, tomorrow night at 7 at the Bulldogs P.O. Faulkner Park. Towing the pitching rubber, it's Caleb Edwards finishing his warm-up tosses. And, Matt, we talked about Vadaz. Edwards equally as impressive.
Yeah, very impressive for the junior this year. A identical 6-1 record, that in 53 innings on the mound, a 2.77 ERA. 52 hits, 29 runs, 21 of those earned, 49 strikeouts to 19 walks.
Well, and that's the thing you like. Both of these pitchers, the strikeout-to-walk ratio, pretty good. Not usually giving up a lot of base runners. Matt, you go back to that game on April the 19th when Jefferson beat Martinsburg 16-0 early in the season. Martinsburg pitching combined for 10 walks. Jefferson scored the 16 runs on only 9 hits. But when you get base runners, you got a chance to bring them in. First pitch of the bottom of the first down, low and outside to the right-handed hitting Connor Bailey. Bailey, a junior, one of 5 juniors in this starting lineup, 5 seniors as well for Jefferson. A little more veteran crew, if you will.
Connor Bailey trying to slow down Edwards on the mound. Edwards was ready to go, and then a step off the rubber as Bailey takes his time getting back in the batter's box.
Well, and then he watches that 1-0 pitch about, letter high for strike 1. Bailey hitting .352, 31 hits, 88 trips to the plate. Been very solid in that leadoff spot. Takes this one a bit high for ball 2. Add in 15 walks, and his on-base percentage goes up to .454. And that's key considering the guy that you got in the on-deck circle. If you can get on base.
Has he done something good this year?
We'll talk about him in a moment. 2-1 delivery missing down low, 3 balls and a strike.
And you got to wonder if the hesitation getting back in the box for Connor Bailey is going to impact Caleb Edwards tonight, and if they do that down the order, because Edwards wants to work quickly, and right now Bailey is not allowing him to.
3-1 strike pitch, and that fastball sails high. There is ball 4, the base on balls, putting Bailey aboard for Cullen Horowitz.
Yeah, been impressive this year. .429 average. It's driven in 39, but the number that raises people's eyebrows, 15 home runs.
Yeah, how about 39 runs batted in as well? This guy has been able to do it all. And when you look at those power numbers, let me give you a comparison here as Horowitz stands in. Edwards is ready, and the first pitch of the at-bat, off-speed pitch, lifted high, lifted deep into left field. Siffert moving back on it. He looks, and it is gone.
That is now the third first-inning home run Horowitz has hit off Martinsburg this year.
Wow, he is dangerous. RBI number 40 and 41, home run number 16, continuing to add to that Jefferson Cougar single-season record. Yeah, Matt, you mentioned it. When these teams met back in April, he had 2 home runs and 3 runs batted in. When they met later in May, he added another home run and 3 RBI. He starts this game off with a 2-run home run.
One of the more exciting kids to watch in high school baseball over the past several years.
Yeah, what is it, a 6'3" frame and about 245, what he's listed in the program for Jefferson.
We were trying to figure out earlier in the year, okay, how do you describe him compared to everybody else? And he's the man in the order.
Yes. Reagan Allinger stands in, takes high and tight, ball 1. All right, now the key thing for Edwards and for Martinsburg, just like Coach Lowry always says, 21 outs. They got to get you 21 times. So for Martinsburg, you're down early 2-0. Can't let this shake you. Pitch down low and away to Allinger. 2 balls and no strikes to the senior DH in the number 3 spot in the order. He's got some pretty good power numbers too, Matt. 3 home runs and 26 runs driven in. That average at 342. Watches this pitch just a bit low and outside, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Looking at the overall extra base hit totals for these two teams, we know what Jefferson has done. Martinsburg, not as many home runs, but just as many extra base hits, as the 3-0 is in there for a strike. Now 3-1. Jefferson has 86 extra base hits. That's doubles, triples, or home runs. Martinsburg has 83. Difference is how you get them. We'll explain. 3-1 delivery. That one in there at the knees, and it's gone full 3-2. Good comeback for Edwards.
Low inside corner of the zone. Not much Ollinger's going to be able to do with that one.
He is not a guy that strikes out often. How about 2 of them in 73 trips to the plate? Coming into this at bat. 3-ball, 2-strike delivery. Swings and lines this one. And a leaping grab made as Jack Reisenweber, the shortstop, taking a step to his left, jumping in the air, makes the snow cone catch for the out.
I think he was surprised when he landed on his feet that the ball was still in his glove, because he looked like when he came down, he was getting ready to look for the baseball, looked down at the glove and saw it was still in there. Heck of a play by Reisenweber.
So 1 down, base is empty as it brings up the left-handed hitting Zach Rose, the senior. We've seen him at first base a lot of the year, but in the postseason, spending more time in right field. That's where he is today. He takes a breaking pitch outside, ball 1. So to those power numbers, you look at the difference, only 3 extra base hits for Jefferson than Martinsburg. Here's the next pitch. Taken just down low, 2 balls and no strikes. The difference is Martinsburg has 63 doubles to 55 doubles for Jefferson, and 13 triples to just 3 for the Cougars. Next delivery off that outside corner, and he's gone 3-0 to Rose. And Edwards not in a good spot right now, falling behind hitters. Then you look to home runs, 28 for Jefferson. Oh, by the way, make that 29. 7 for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. 3-0 pitch missing outside. That fastball taken for ball 4, and that is the second walk issued in this bottom half of the first, and that gets pitching coach Kurt Zarnecki off the bench and out to the mound.
And not a surprise. I imagine that if Rose walked or got on base, there would probably be a visit to the mound, because you look at the walk to start things off by Bailey, then the home run for Colin Horowitz, and while it was a great play defensively by Reisenweber for the first out, still a very well-hit baseball and was behind in the count early in that one. Now 4 straight pitches out of the zone to Zach Rose. Edwards needs to take a couple of deep breaths out there and settle in and realize, hey, it's first inning. Those 2 runs aren't going to be what make or break this game, or shouldn't be at least what make or break this game. So settle down, young fella. It'll be all right.
Matt, you look at the runs for these two teams, 254 for each team. There is a 1-game difference. Jefferson has played 28 games, winning 25 of those. Martinsburg has played 29 games, winning 22 of those. But you look up and down the numbers, and you see why these two teams are meeting here for this regional final. Very, very similar. Conference concludes, and Sammy Roberts stands in, and the right-hand batter looks at ball 1 just down and in.
Roberts, a .371 hitter. It's 23 hits on the season.
Roberts awaits and takes. This pitch on the outside corner evens it up 1-1. Roberts, a key part of that come from behind win against the Patriots in that sectional championship game, as he had a key RBI single and then a walk and a run scored in that last at bat when they took the lead and went on for the win. Roberts taking, breaking pitch, finds the zone. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a good batter so far for Edwards. 2 strikes on. He's only missed the zone once, so not falling behind in the count.
Breaking pitch, sent the other way. Coming in on it is Canby, and a diving grab for the sophomore. A chance to throw behind the runner at first and get the double play, and he does. What a play by Jordan Canby.
Absolutely. Not an everyday right fielder as Jordan Canby. Read that ball perfectly. A diving effort. And for Zach Rose, just read that one down the entire time, and it was going to have to be a heck of a play made in right field to record the out, and it was by Jordan Canby.
Roberts lines out to right. Canby throws behind the runner, doubling up Rose. That is a double play to bring the inning to a close. Still the damage is done. The leadoff walk to Connor Bailey, and then the 2-run home run from Cullen Horowitz. We've played 1, and it's Jefferson 2, Martinsburg nothing.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078. All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit tripsfloorsanding.com.
It's a 2-0 lead for Jefferson. Martinsburg to the plate, top half of inning number 2. Riley Vadaz toes the pitching rubber. Had a solid first inning for him, gave up just the 1-out single, but struck out the side.
It'll be Edwards, Zittle, and Knotts due up as the 3 this inning for the Dogs.
Vadaz threw 19 pitches, 11 strikes in that first inning. Caleb Edwards stands in and takes strike 1 right down the middle. Edwards, one of the 5 juniors in the Bulldogs starting lineup, a couple of seniors, 5 juniors, 3 sophomores for Martinsburg. 0-1 pitch. Edwards with a swing and a miss, and that one again up a little bit. Count 0-2, and he's had success with that borderline pitch, high in or just out of the zone.
He has, but at least give Martinsburg credit. They're not watching pitches. They're up there ready to swing the bat.
0-2 delivery, a swing and a miss, and Vadaz has 4 strikeouts through the first 5 batters.
Yeah, and he's locked in early in this one, and to start off each inning, it's been a strikeout on 3 pitches. And pretty much all fastballs.
Yep, bring to the plate Jake Zittle, designated hitter in the number 6 spot in the order. Batting for starting right fielder Jordan Canby, who made that great diving play to turn a double play to end that first inning. Breaking pitch, a bit up and in for ball 1. Zittle, the junior, hitting .414, but the on-base percentage .585. He's done very well, and he goes after a high fastball. Now 1-1.
You like the eagerness, but maybe getting a little too eager.
There's going to be something in that delivery right now for Vadaz that the batters are not quite recognizing how high that pitch is, as I found a way to use quite twice in like 3 words there in that. Zittle fouls the 1-1 back. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's quite impressive.
Thank you for noticing. Vadaz going to step off. Zittle will step out and await that 1-2. Zittle with 24 hits, 58 at bats. No homer, 16 driven in, and a quick conference as Connor Bailey goes out. You look at the strikeouts for Martinsburg this season, and not bad, 174 Ks to 163 walks, so minus 11 in that category, but already 4 strikeouts in this one, and they've had some games, Matt, where they've struck out. Here's a ball hit pretty well into that gap in left center field, but Sam Wapnitz in center field, able to track that one down, moving back and to his right. He'll make the grab of that ball off the bat of Zittel for out number 2.
Yeah, good contact, just a little too much air underneath of it, and a good play by Wapnitz in center field.
So 2 down, bases empty for Shine Knotts. Bulldogs senior center fielder trying to be a starter in this one. You mentioned in the pregame and talking with Coach Byler, third time these Bulldogs have seen Vadaz. Here's the pitch, and that one inside to Knotts for ball 1.
Yeah, so you think if it was something different in that delivery, it shouldn't be a surprise by now. You mentioned that maybe it's something in that delivery, but seeing this guy for the third time, you'd think you'd notice by now.
Well, there you go. Shine Knotts turning on a 1-0 fastball, hitting it off the end of the bat, but getting enough to send a line drive past the shortstop, Camion Gonzalez. That's out into left field for a hit.
So
Second hit for Martinsburg.
Yeah, a runner on in each of the first 2 innings. That first inning, it was Hudson Clement, stranded on the bases.
Clement was on with just 1 out. Back-to-back strikeouts ended the inning. Now Knotts is on with 2 outs. Let's see what Michael Lupus can do as he takes, a letter high strike 1. That one on that inside part of the plate. Lupus steps out, looks down at his head coach in the third base box. Aaron Byler goes through a series of signs. Here's the pitch to the plate and a foul back. That one hitting one of the poles that holds up the net backstop. You can hear that ting, and it's a ball, or excuse me, no balls and 2 strikes. Lupus, one of those 3 sophomores, hitting .293, no homers, 19 batted in. 22 hits, 75 at bats on the year. Vadaz ready. That 0-2 pitch. Whoa, that one actually went behind the helmet of Lupus as it was up and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And he'll take a couple more steps out than normal.
Yeah, he barely moved. And that one went right in behind him. So now that 1 ball, 2 strike delivery. He chokes up on the bat just slightly, swings, and fouls this one out of play. Fighting that one off, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, you go back to the first meeting between these two, and Vadaz went the distance in the Mercy Rule game. 5 innings, gave up no runs on 3 hits with 8 strikeouts and didn't walk a batter. Runner is on the move, pitch to the plate, misses high, throw down to second, and it is in plenty of time. Yep, Neil Ryman-Schneider, the umpire, watches, makes sure the tag applied by Camion Gonzalez, the shortstop. Knotts is retired, trying to steal, and the inning is over. So Lupus will start the next half inning at the plate. Martinsburg gets a 2-out base hit, but the runner wiped out on the caught stealing. We're through an inning and a half, and it remains Jefferson 2, Martinsburg nothing.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
2-0 Jefferson Cougars to the plate. Bottom half of the second inning with a 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up. Sam Wapnitz to get it started against Caleb Edwards. And Matt, he has got to find a way to throw a few more strikes in this half inning.
Yeah, he does, that's for sure. 20 pitches thrown in the last inning, 8 of those were for strikes.
As a result, he walked 2 batters, and one of those scored on the 2-run home run from Cullen Horowitz. And he went deep into a count before getting Reagan Allinger to line out on a 3-2 pitch. See if Edwards settles down just a little bit here. The first pitch down low, ball 1 to Wapnitz. Junior starting center fielder worked his way into that starting lineup as the year went along. Of course, he's one of those guys who played some basketball as well on the basketball team that went to the state tournament. Wapnitz takes a strike on the outside edge.
And so a normal year may have started the season a little bit sooner. But the overlap this year and Jefferson making a trip to Charleston took a little bit longer for him to get game speed underneath him.
Good breaking pitch that ends up right on the top of the plate. A swing and a miss by Wabnitz. And it's now 1-2. Wabnitz hitting .298. Does have a home run, 10 driven in. Right-hand batter against right-hand pitcher. Swings, pops this one up into right field. Coming in on it is Canby. He is there and makes the grab. So Jordan Canby able to record his second put-out in this one.
That one not quite as flashy as his first put-out.
But important nonetheless. Always good to get that leadoff man.
Yeah, not quite the diving catch and throw him out on the bases.
Yeah, how different could that first inning have been if he doesn't make that catch, right? If that ball's down and Rose is running as he is, boy, that inning could have gone a lot different. First pitch to Finn Horowitz in the dirt for ball one. Horowitz, Jr., second baseman, batting in the number 7 spot in the order.
I mean, you talked about just throwing strikes, and first pitch strikes have been even tougher so far for Caleb Edwards.
Second pitch strikes likewise, as that one is up and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Horowitz has some power, not quite the same as his brother yet, but he's got another year to work on that, right? Pitch to the plate. This one is a strike, now at 2-1. Horowitz, the younger, Finn Horowitz, 286, the average, 2 homers, 19 driven in.
One of those home runs coming in the first game against Martinsburg early in the year.
Swings at the 2-1, bounces a sharp ground ball foul down the first base line. J.P. Jones, first base coach, gave it an effort, but at the last second went, I think that's coming a little faster.
A little low lay down the first base line.
A little faster than I thought. I'll let that one go by. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on with 1 down, 2-0 Jefferson. They bat bottom of the second inning. Breaking pitch down low and outside, and the count has gone full 3-2, and this is the third batter that he has gone to that 3-2 count, correct? No, just the second. It was 3-1 to Bailey when he gave him the walk in that first inning. And a 4-pitch walk to Rose. And here is a called strike 3. Horowitz frozen on that 3-2. Watches the fastball go by.
Yeah, right at the knees. Good location for Caleb Edwards, and we'll see if that gives him a little bit of momentum. His first strikeout of the game on the season, now at an even 50.
And now a chance to set down the side in order as Camion Gonzalez, the shortstop and number 8 hitter, steps into the batter's box. That slightly closed stance as he watches. Low and outside, that is ball 1.
Again, just struggling with the first pitch strikes.
Well, Matt, we talked about Vidaz in his third start against the Dogs this season. First time Jefferson has seen the man on the mound in Caleb Edwards. Next pitch in there for a strike. Now 1-1 to Gonzalez.
Yeah, it was Joe Paulson the previous 2 meetings.
And we would expect Paulson to be the starter tomorrow.
Yep, has been the number 2 guy in the rotation.
1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Fastball on that outside corner for a called strike 2.
Gonzalez, while the .333 average is what you would expect from him, solid average, struck out 19 times this year.
He's got a couple of homers, 18 driven in. Watches this pitch off that outside edge. Close pitch, but he watched it go by, 2-2. He does have 8 base on balls, lifting that on-base percentage to .396. Edwards trying to get out of the inning unscathed. 2 ball, 2 strike pitch fouled into the netting straight back. We'll do it all over again. Peyton Corwin in the on-deck circle. Scoops that baseball up as a new one goes from our plate umpire Jeff King out to Edwards on the mound. Lights are on. Sun is setting. And the skies are still. Not much of a breeze at all. Beautiful evening for baseball. On the 2-2 pitch, it's a line drive into center field for a base hit. And we may have the Camion Gonzalez fan club just to our right. A lot of cheers erupting after that 2-out single.
And I thought we were going to see Rosenweber get airborne again the way he was chasing that ball. Gave it a little leap, but never threw that glove up as it was going to be over his head by several feet.
You have no chance to get to that when he made that nice leaping catch back in the first inning. The diving catch came out in right field from Canby. This time he couldn't get to it. It's a single to center, and Peyton Corwin does get the bat. The left-hander squares, bunts, pushes it up the third base line, and we're going to let it roll, and it goes into foul territory. Eventually touched there by Lupus, and Asanovich, the catcher, was reaching in, trying to back in and make sure he got a glove on that one as well to touch it foul.
That was centimeters away from being the perfect bunt. 2 outs, Corwin, some speed in the bottom of the order, was the leadoff hitter for the better part of half of this season and has worked his way back into the lineup. And if there isn't that lip in between the grass and the base paths going from third to home.
Runner is on the move with a pitch to the plate. It is taken for a strike. The throw down from Asanovich, and it's too late. A one-hopper to the shortstop, Reisenweber, who tries to apply the tag, but Gonzalez in there with the steal.
Power team this year, but Coach Flower still knows how to play small ball with the best of them.
Absolutely. When he's got those guys out there to do it, he will play whatever style he needs to. It was a strike to Corwin, so he's down in the count, 0-2. We'll have to step back in now with a runner in scoring position and a 2 away. Junior left fielder hitting .340, no homers, 8 driven in. 17 hits in 50 at-bats. 0-2 delivery due. Edwards ready. Here it comes, and that one is sent on the ground towards the third baseman. Lupus in on it. Fields throws wide. It pulls Isaiah Morris off the bag. Heck of a stop at first by Morris. If it gets by him, a run scores. As it is, he's able to look Camion Gonzalez back to third. It'll be an E5, allowing Corwin to reach.
And this is where it's going to get a little sticky for Martinsburg. You get the first 2 out in the inning, give up a 2-strike, 2-out hit to Camion Gonzalez, and now you're giving free bases. And Connor Bailey, a good average in the top of the order, 31 hits on the year, drew a walk his first at bat, and is not an easy out, just 4 strikeouts on the year with that .352 average. And you don't want the man in the on-deck circle up.
First pitch due to Bailey with runners at the corners, and there goes Corwin headed for second, and they bluff the throw down and look Gonzalez back to third, and Corwin will get the steal without the benefit of a throw. 2 in scoring position as the pitch to Bailey was taken for a strike, so it's 0-1. As you mentioned, Bailey walked his 16th of the season. That was back in the first. Here he bats in this second inning. Pitch to the plate, fouled back into the netting. Count now 0-2. You mentioned his 4 strikeouts, only 4 in 88 at-bats.
And Matt, a big hole to hit through on the right side of the infield right now. Isaiah Morris really hugging that line for a righty batter up at the plate.
Clement a little closer to second, trying to help hold that runner on there. Clement gets back into position as the pitch to the plate gets by Matthew Asanovich. He'll grab it, get it to the pitch, recovering, but not in time, as Camion Gonzalez is able to slide in safely and score the run. 3-0. Now the lead for Jefferson.
And we talked about it in the pregame show. There's a lot of foul territory, including behind home plate. That one not getting too far away from Asanovich, but it was a great read on third base by Camion Gonzalez, and we know he's got the speed to get there. And proving costly is that E5 with 2 outs instead of getting out of the inning. Another run's come across, and a runner now just 90 feet away from making it 4-0.
The 1-ball, 2-strike delivery. Here it comes. It's a bouncing ball towards third and a foul ball. Yeah, Corwin able to advance on that more than likely passed ball that allows the run to score. Pitch wasn't completely down in the dirt. It was working down low and away, and Asanovich just kind of got crossed up, I think. Couldn't quite get out there to backhand, but couldn't get the glove turned around properly. It went off the glove, and as you said, didn't roll too far away. And once Gonzalez realized where it was, he made his break and was able to score. Corwin at third, 2 outs in the inning. The 1-2 pitch is due. Edwards is ready. Here it comes. Breaking pitch, popped foul. That one going to go out of play along the first base line. We'll do it all over again. How many times have we seen runs score with 2 outs in this baseball season?
More times than we could even begin to count.
Yep. It's been one of those years, whether it's clutch hits, whether it's a mistake defensively, whatever it is.
And Hedgesville could do it with the best of them this year.
Yeah, absolutely. 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Here it comes, and it's again fouled back into the netting, holding it 1-2. Bailey showing why he is such a tough out, such a tough strikeout.
And Matt, something to watch now, the pitch count for Caleb Edwards. He's going to be upwards of 40, 45 pitches through 2 innings.
Now that 1-2 pitch here, missing down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It was 19 going into this at-bat, and you're now at pitch number 8 coming up. So, yeah, you're now talking upwards of possibly 50 pitches through 2 innings, and he's still got to get Connor Bailey out.
2-ball, 2-strike delivery. Here it comes, and this one is lined into right field. That's down for a base hit. Connor Bailey with his 19th run batted in on the year, scoring Corwin from third. 2 runs have crossed with 2 outs in the inning, and Jefferson pushes the lead out to 4-0. Well, there you go. Jefferson getting it done with 2 away, and we have the intentional walk of the Bear, Cullen Horowitz, and he is going to take first base.
Not surprising in that situation. With 2 outs, you're willing to put some faith in your pitcher to get the final out without those runners scoring. But you don't intentionally walk Horowitz to get to an easy out.
No, not at all. Reagan Allinger lined out to short his first time up, and that was that leaping snow cone catch for the shortstop Reisenweber.
A lot of shortstops in the area. Maybe take away Kyle West and Reisenweber. That's probably a single.
First pitch of the at-bat, a bit low and away for ball 1. So Horowitz at first, Bailey at second. 2 runs are in. Boy, seems so long ago that Edwards had a chance to get out of this inning. 3 up, 3 down, right? Pitch to the plate, and this one lifted in the air into center field. Shine Knotts ranging over to his right. Now coming in a bit, is able to get there and make the grab on that one. I thought the same thing that Shine Knotts thought. Seemed like a big swing, but maybe didn't get all of it. Thought it might carry further. He was able, though, to circle around, come in, and make the grab. The side is retired, but the damage is done. A couple of 2-out runs crossing, and Jefferson has plated 2 in each of their first 2 at-bats. Heading to inning number 3 with the Cougars, leading Martinsburg 4-0.
Carpal tunnel syndrome affects 13 million Americans and left untreated can cause long-term debilitation. WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center recently became the first hospital in the region to offer carpal tunnel release with ultrasound guidance using the new Sonex Health SX1 microknife. CTR surgery is an outpatient procedure and most patients return to normal activities within 3 to 6 days. For more info, contact WVU Medicine board-certified orthopedic surgeon Brad Wright at 304-725-2663.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller, John Alderton on our TV 10 camera, Spencer Dupuis, our on-site producer, Colin McLaughlin, our engineer at the studio. 4-0 Jefferson, top of the 3rd, and here's Matt Crawford with your play-by-play.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. It is Michael Lupus back up after Shine Knotts was caught stealing. Lupus going to get a fresh at-bat and takes the first one out of the zone for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, that one missing just a bit inside for ball 2. Lupus had seen 5 pitches in his at-bat in the 2nd inning and had 2 strikes on him, so he gets a fresh set here as he takes strike 1 on the 2-0 pitch. Count 2-1 now to the number 8 batter in the order, 3rd baseman Michael Lupus.
Shine Knotts had that 2-out single, but as you mentioned, caught stealing with Lupus at the plate that ended that last half inning.
2-1, a swing and a miss. Count even at 2. Lupus a .293 hitter on the season. He's drawn 23 walks as well. So more walks than he has hits. 22 hits, 23 walks. 2-2 pitch. That one, a fastball just inside. Counts full at 3 balls, 2 strikes.
He shows that good eye right there, taking that pitch that was just a little off the inside corner.
Vidaz out of the windup. Here's the payoff pitch from the 3-2. Off the handle, lifted foul. Up and out of play. Let's do that 3-2 again.
He worked a little down and in. We've been seeing him work the upper portion of the strike zone, getting those 4 strikeouts through the first 2 innings.
Lupus stands back in, Vidal's ready. Here comes that 3-2 pitch, fastball upstairs, and Lupus able to do what not a lot of dogs have been able to do today and hold the bat back on that fastball upstairs, and it's a leadoff walk for Martinsburg.
24th of the season for Lupus, walk number 16 on the year for Vidaz. and he did try to go up and away, but as you mentioned, Lupus held back, and now Martinsburg has a leadoff batter on.
Brings up Matthew Asanovich, the number 9 batter in the order, doing the catching for the Dogs today. He stands in, takes a fastball just off the plate for ball 1. Asanovich, a .339 hitter. That's 19 for 56. 6 walks as well, 8 strikeouts. But a good RBI number when you look at total hits. 18 runs driven in and just 19 hits. Takes ball 2 up and in. So back-to-back batters have been a 2-0 count, and that's going to draw a stroll to the mound.
Long stroll.
Yeah, we call it a stroll because that's what it is. No urgency about it. It's John Iver Sr. going to make his way to the mound. Have a quick conversation with Riley Vidaz, or should I just say a conversation? Most of these aren't too short.
Not something that he's seeing, just wanting to talk to his pitcher, get him back into a rhythm. We mentioned in the pregame show 12 state titles for Coach Lowry, and they have come in the decade of the 70s, 1 more in the 80s, a bunch of them in the 90s, a couple more in the 2000s, and 3 more in the 2010s. So that's 5 decades. If they could go and get one here in the 2020s, 6 decades of state championships under the same head coach.
2-0 pitch. Little off speed for strike 1. Wouldn't necessarily call it a curveball. Didn't have a whole lot of movement up, down, or left to right. Just changing speeds as Vidaz on the mound. Throws back over to first. Lupus in standing. A unique stance on the mound went out of the stretch for Vidaz. Really kind of crouches down and has a low stance. Bends that back leg about twice as much as he does the front leg. Here comes that 2-1 pitch. That one low and away, ball 3.
It's kind of like a loading position, if you will. He puts all that weight on that back foot and then really just lifts that front foot and pushes off the pitching rubber to start his delivery to the plate.
Here comes the 3-1 fastball for strike 2. That one, the old automatic, right down the middle.
All right, now, how gutsy is Aaron Byler? Do you put Lupus in motion and see if Asanovich can put the 3-2 pitch in play?
Chokes up on the bat here with the 3-2. This one off the handle into left field. Coming in on it is Corwin, sliding and making the catch for exciting out number 1. We've seen a couple of them in the outfield, one from each team. Camby's for Martinsburg was diving to his left to make the catch. Corwin coming in left field and dropping to a knee, sliding in, making the catch.
And he did make that throw in behind Lupus at first. Didn't really have a chance to get him, but Lupus, with that nice secondary lead and then seeing that little flare out into shallow left field, started to go and then quickly had to retreat.
Because he's in no man's land. He's got to get enough of a secondary lead that if that one drops in, they can't get him at second base. As we're back to the top of the order, swinging through strike 1 is landed Sifford. Sifford struck out on 3 pitches, the first step out of this ball game. Lupus gets that lead off of first base. No attention being paid to him right now on the mound. A breaking ball, and that one fools Sifford up and in, and he chased that one for strike 2.
Yeah, I think Vidaz right now is in the mind of Sifford. That was a fastball swing and a breaking pitch. He was looking for it. Okay, here's going to be the high, hard one, and didn't get it.
Ready with the 0-2. Vidaz looks in. Here it comes. Fastball, this one off the handle, lifted into foul territory. Horwitz moving over, and he will run out of room. Count will stay 0-2. 4th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
Hey, nice job. Fight it off. Stay alive. Hopefully you get a pitch that you might be able to put in play somewhere. Got a good part of the order coming up with Clement, Reisenweber, Morris, and Edwards.
Coach Byler going to bring Sifford down and have a quick chat with him about halfway between third and home. I'm sure talking what we were just talking about. Hey, settle down.
Yep. Make it be yours, kid.
306 hitter coming into today's game is Sifford, as he stands in awaiting that 0-2 pitch. Lupus on first has that lead. Here comes the 0-2. That one below the knees, ball 1.
Yeah, good pitch by Vidaz and a good eye by Sifford. Did not go after it. It missed off the plate a little down and in.
Big hole on the right side of the infield with Sammy Roberts holding on Lupus at first base. Here comes that 1-2. That one misses. Count even at 2.
Yeah, another very close pitch. Looked like it had the plate, but must have been below the knees.
Infield and outfield playing normal depth right now, even at the corners. Ready with the 2-2. Here is that 2-2 pitch, and Sifford able to get a piece of it, foul it off into the bricks backstop right to our right. Let's do the 2-2 again.
On that pitch count getting up there a little bit for Vadaz, 33 through 2 innings, 21 of those for strikes. He threw 7 pitches to Lupus, 6 to Asanovich, and has now thrown 6 more to Sifford.
Here's the break even 2-2. Close, but no cigar. Count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
So he goes to a full count for a third straight batter. All 3 that he's faced here in this top part of the third.
And now a 5th time in this game. Payoff pitch. Here's a 3-2 with 1 out. That one upstairs, ball 4.
And there you go. Martinsburg getting a couple of base runners and both on walks. And if it's not for that sliding catch in shallow left field from Corwin, Martinsburg may have a run in already, or at least the base is loaded, as is. 1 down with runners at first and second. The top guys in the order, the guys you want up there coming up now.
Brings up Hudson Clement. He had the first hit of this ball game. Little looper into left field. Now a runner in scoring position. Here's the first pitch to Clement. A liner to Horowitz at third. And then he tries to throw behind the runner at second. Throws to the left of Finn Horowitz into right field. So advancing to third base now is Michael Lupus, and what could have been a golden opportunity for Jefferson to get out of the inning. And Horowitz throws it into right field after what was a good stab at third base to get that one before it hit the ground.
Yeah, and unfortunately he rushed it because he really didn't need to go that fast in trying to get the out. Lupus was well off the bag, was stumbling a bit, coming to a stop, turning, trying to get back to second. But by rushing that throw, he threw wild past his brother Finn and out into right. The good news for Jefferson, the fact that Sifford at first was going back into first as quick as he could and didn't see the play, was not able to get up and try to advance.
Throw back over to first. Sifford back in on the head first dive. The batter is Jack Reisenweber. Reisenweber struck out for the 16th time this year in his first at-bat in the first inning. That was on a full count. Here comes the first pitch, a breaking ball in for strike 1. Reisenweber looked like he was taken all the way.
And right now you've got a chance for a force out at second, or you could get the out at first to help bring this inning to a close.
4-0 is the lead for Jefferson. They've scored 2 in each of the first 2 innings. Here comes the 0-1 to Reisenweber. This one lifted high to the right side of the infield. Sammy Roberts moving into foul territory, and he makes the catch to retire the side. Martinsburg threatens, but can't get a run across the plate. We'll go to the bottom of the third. When we come back, it's the Cougars 4, the Bulldogs 0.
Carpal tunnel syndrome affects 13 million Americans, and left untreated can cause long-term debilitation. WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center recently became the first hospital in the region to offer carpal tunnel release with ultrasound guidance using the new Sonex Health SX1 microknife. CTR surgery is an outpatient procedure, and most patients return to normal activities within 3 to 6 days. For more info, contact WVU Medicine board-certified orthopedic surgeon Brad Wright at 304-725-2663.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Welcome back into Sager Field as we go to the bottom of inning number 3. Jefferson leading at home in game 1 of a best of 3. It is the Region 2 AAA West Virginia High School playoffs. Matt Crawford, Matt Miller here with you as your broadcast team. Spencer Dupuis is our on-site engineer. John Alderton, our TV 10 cameraman, and Colin McLaughlin is back at the studio. For Jefferson, it'll be 4, 5, 6 due up. That's Rose, Roberts, and Wabnitz. They've scored 2 in each of their first 2 at-bats. See if that streak continues. The 2 runs, I should say, in the bottom of the second inning, all coming with 2 outs. Rose stands in and takes strike 1, that fastball. Outer edge of the plate about belt high. And that's a good sign for Caleb Edwards, who has struggled with first pitch strikes tonight.
Yeah, 49 pitches, 27 strikes through the first 2 innings. A little better pitch to strike ratio in the second.
That 0-1 pitch, again, strike 2 looking for Rose. Now Edwards quickly ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes, and it becomes protect mode for Zach Rose. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball, that one outside. Ball 1.
And Rose now with 19 walks after that walk in the first inning. Goes along with 28 base hits.
Edwards looks in. Here's that 1-2 pitch. That one low. For ball 2, count even now at 2.
It's been a tough part of the game for Caleb Edwards. He's been able to get a couple of strikes on batters, but sometimes that out pitch has been the hard one to come by.
3 walks so far to just 1 strikeout. Looks in, out of the windup with the bases empty. Here's the 2-2 pitch, a fastball, swing and a miss, and Rose goes down on strikes for the 19th time this year.
Well, I tell you, neither he nor Horowitz take a simple, easy cut, do they? It is a swing with everything you've got. And Rose was even with walks and strikeouts coming in. He's back to even again, 19 of each.
So the last 2 innings, the leadoff man has been retired for Jefferson. Now brings up Sammy Roberts.
Yeah, we go back to that second inning, and the first 2 batters were retired. A chance to set them down 1-2-3, and then 2 runs scored with 2 outs.
Roberts takes one off the plate for ball 1. He lined out, and it was a heck of a defensive play made in right field by Jordan Canby to end the first inning as the 1-0 pitch. That one also misses, this time a bit low for ball 2.
Yeah, Roberts was robbed of a hit.
Here comes that 2-0, and bailing out of the way is Sammy Roberts. Now the count 3-0.
We mentioned earlier, without the luscious locks, for those that aren't aware, he had the long hair through the basketball season into the early part of the baseball season.
Here comes that 3-0 pitch, low inside, ball 4.
But as we were down here for the sectional championship game against Washington, he walked by and had heard, apparently, your reference to his luscious locks in a regular season game earlier in the year.
That may have been basketball season, to be honest with you.
It could have been.
Because you don't necessarily notice them with a hat on and with a helmet on.
Either way, he made sure to let us know, hey, got hot out, I cut them off today.
And I don't blame him. That was a lot of hair on that head.
And a lot of heat.
Yeah. Sam Wobnitz, another basketball player here at Jefferson, stands in with a man on first base. First pitch to him, low and away. Good block by Asanovich to keep it in front and keep Roberts at first base, ball 1.
We had some warm days in the latter part of this season. The 90-degree heat you would expect maybe late July into August.
Edwards slows down a little bit more in his prep and delivery with a man on working out of the stretch. But when he's in the windup, he wants to go as quick as possible. The 1-0 pitch, a chopper up the middle. Rosenweber has it, steps on second, fires over to first. Morris there to make the catch. So a double play to end the inning. So in a weird way, 1-2-3 here in the third inning as Rosenweber steps on at second base and then fires across for the double play. We'll go to the fourth when we come back. Jefferson 4, Martinsburg 0.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit TrippsFloorSanding.com.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
To the fourth we go. 4-0 is the Jefferson lead at home. It is game 1 of the AAA Region 2 West Virginia Baseball Regional Finals. Best of 3 series. Game 1 here at Sager Field tonight. Game 2 will be at P.O. Faulkner tomorrow night. And if need be, Game 3 would be right back here on Wednesday. 6 o'clock starts here at Sager, 7 if we're at P.O. Faulkner. Leadoff batter's Isaiah Morris, and he takes ball 1 just off the plate, also maybe a bit below the knees. Morris, a strikeout victim, his first at-bat, and it will be 4-5-6 due up the heart of the order for Martinsburg, or at least the power part of the order, as Morris takes ball 2, low and away.
Matt, your storyline through the first 3. We'll get to it after this one.
Here comes the 2-0. That one above the letters, ball 3.
Jefferson has their 4 runs on 3 hits, committing an error, stranding 2, 1 in scoring position. Martinsburg, no runs on 2 hits with an error. They've left 3, 2 in scoring position.
The 3-0 pitch, a fastball. That not quite the old automatic, still right around the letters on the front of that jersey of Isaiah Morris. Low enough in the zone. Count now a hitter's count to Morris, 3-1. Here comes that 3-1 pitch. This one sent right back up the middle. A bouncer to Kamian Gonzalez. Goes behind second base. Makes a throw on the run to retire the first batter of the inning.
That one very similar to the ground ball that resulted in the double play off the bat of Wabnitz that hit off the front slope of the mound and then gets a little air under it, allowing that shortstop to be able to move over to his left and make the play. Reisenweber, to end that bottom half of the third for Jefferson, was able to catch it near the bag, step and turn 2, and in that case, Gonzalez moving towards first, pretty easily able to make that catch and the throw to first for the out.
It hit well off the bat when it hits the front of that mound. Slows down as it takes a high hop. Caleb Edwards is the batter. Takes ball 1, that one off the plate. Edwards also a strikeout victim, his first at bat. Chokes up on the bat and takes strike 1.
Dawes continuing to pitch well. A couple of hiccups, if you will, in that third inning when he walked a pair of batters but was able to work around it.
Count even at 1. Here's that 1-1 pitch. Fastballs, Edwards able to hold up. He is not. A appeal down to first base. And Dave Boyd, a good job by our home plate umpire Jeff King, checking down to first. And he did go around, and Marv Anderspoint certainly looked like he went around. Entire upper body twisted and looked like that bat came along with it.
When I was going to say, I think that was the thing. Not that the hands kind of broke, but that the whole body spun and that bat went through the zone.
1-2 pitch, a ground ball to Gonzalez. Takes a good hop for him. Fires across the diamond. A little high, but not too high for Sammy Roberts to haul it in for out number 2.
Yeah, Gonzalez that time had to wait for that last hop and then reach up, and as he was pulling that one down, didn't get quite the plant, I think, that he wanted. Threw a little off that back foot, and the throw sailed on him just a tad. Good play by Roberts at first.
First 2 retired on a 6-3 in the scorebook. Jake Zittel now stands in, the designated hitter. Takes ball 1 upstairs.
Dawes has now retired 4 consecutive batters. That is the most that he has retired, or at least ties for it. He's got the first 2 outs of inning number 2 after the last 2 outs of inning number 1.
Fastball right down the middle for strike 1. Count even at 1, and Dawes looking to go 1-2-3 for the first time today. It was a single in the first inning, a single in the second inning, then a couple of walks in the third. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fastball again, belled high for strike 2.
Yeah, good-looking pitch, working that outer edge.
Out of the windup, Dawes looks in, nods that head up and down. He's ready to go. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball, and a swing and a miss. Gets back to the backstop, but a favorable bounce off the brick backstop. Fire down to first base, but it draws Sammy Roberts off the bag as he had to leap up into the air to keep that one from going into right field. So it's a strikeout, and reaching first base is Jake Zittel.
He'll reach on a wild pitch on that pitch down in the dirt. It is strikeout number 5, though, on the day for Dawes, giving him 60 on the season. And Martinsburg gets a 2-out base runner, and now they got to find a way to hopefully take advantage.
Shine Knotts, the batter, had a single his first at-bat, sent it in between third and short as he takes ball 1, that one high. Knotts a 284 hitter, 21 hits coming in, now 22 hits on the season. He was thrown out trying to go from first to second, stealing as he takes ball 2 low. Good block by Connor Bailey. That one not bouncing in, but reaching his glove about the same time it reached home plate. And a quick mound visit from Connor Bailey out to Dawes.
Yeah, Martinsburg has put together just 2 hits, the 1-out single from Hudson Clement in that first and the 2-out single from Shine Knotts in inning number 2. They've added in a couple of base on balls, but just not a lot of offensive opportunities so far in this one for Martinsburg. Got to find a way to string hits together.
Dawes now out of the stretch with a runner at first base. Getting his lead is Zittel. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. A fastball at the knees for strike 1. Count now 2 balls, 1 strike.
Vadaz takes instruction well because it seems like each time there's a visit to the mound, whether it was Ken Cross, whether it's the catcher Bailey, whether it's the head coach John Lowry Sr., strike follows.
2-1 pitch again, sent in between third and short into left field, so a little two-out magic here for Martinsburg. 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position as we're back to Michael Lupus.
And again, you got to string them together. You catch a break with that third strike wild pitch that allows Zittel to reach, and now the base hit from Knotts. Michael Lupus trying to keep the inning going.
And it certainly appears that both teams are going to have to go to the bullpen at some point in this game. Both starters' pitch counts well above where you'd like to see them at this point of the game. Michael Lupus takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Lupus turned into a 5-pitch at-bat in the second inning, then a fresh count in the third inning. So he's seen 12 pitches already in this game. It's the 0-1. That one a little too far off the plate from the right hand of Vadaz, count even at 1.
So he has arguably helped to make Vadaz work as hard as anybody.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. Strike 2, and Lupus pulling his head off on that swing. A little energy coming now from the Jefferson faithful. As Vadaz looks in, now comes set out of the stretch. 1-2 pitch coming with 2 outs. Here it comes the 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. 4th strikeout of the day, 5th strikeout, rather, of the day.
Make it 6.
All right, let's go with 6. Just keep racking them up. Riley Vadaz will go to the bottom of the 4th when we come back. 4-0 is the Jefferson lead over Martinsburg. We're back in 60 seconds.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Craving lunch or dinner? The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving. Awarded one of the 101 most unique places to eat in West Virginia, the Cider will fill you up with their delicious fresh orchard panini, mouth-watering smoker burger, farmer's daughter Cobb salad, and more. The Cider Press also serves a wide selection of craft beer and hard ciders. The Cider Press, serving lunch and dinner daily and where the food is fresh. You'll feel right at home. Now offering online ordering at Cider Press Deli and Grill.
4-0 here at Sager Field in the bottom of the 4th inning. Martinsburg has threatened a few times but has yet to get a man across the plate. It'll be Finn Horowitz, Cayman Gonzalez, and Peyton Corwin. The 3 due up for Jefferson here in the bottom of the 4th. That is 7, 8, 9 in the order, and so far 7, 8, 9, not too bad. It's been 2 runners reached and 2 scored.
Yep, the runs coming from the bottom 2 and the top 2 hitters in the order. The 8 and 9 have reached and scored, and the 1 and 2 have reached and scored.
Here comes the first pitch to Horowitz. Fastball in for strike 1.
60 pitches we have for Edwards, 61 now, so he needs an inning where he can get some outs quickly.
Yeah, 1 pitch low and away. Count even now at 1. Horowitz, a 286 hitter coming into today's action. Ready with the 1-1. Here it is from Edwards. Breaking ball and a good one at that for strike 2.
Yeah, a lot of movement on that pitch.
Yeah, starting about at the body of Finn Horowitz and breaking right over the heart of the plate. Out of the windup. Here is Edwards, ready with the 1-2 pitch. This one off the end of the bat, set up the middle. Past Risenweber moving to his left, and it's a leadoff single for Finn Horowitz.
Yeah, took it right back through the box. That one, though, the difference between maybe those other ground balls that we saw where the shortstop was able to get to him, as you said, a pretty decently hit ball hitting the front slope of the mound. It slows it down, pops it up into the air. That one didn't touch anything until it got into the grass behind the mound and then skipped past that second base bag and out into center. Horowitz with his 13th hit on the year, now coming in his 44th at bat. 4 hits on the day now for Jefferson, matching the run total.
And it looks like we have a pinch runner down at first base, looking to see a number down at first. Looked like a 28. Get a verification on that here with this pitch. It's strike 1 to Cayman Gonzalez.
And it is a 2-8.
So we'll look and see who we can give credit to as a pinch runner down there.
Be Ryan Hefner, according to the team roster.
Out of the stretch. Step back off the back of the rubber, and not the A move from Edwards, but keeping the runner at first honest. Again, that is a Ryan Hefner. First time I think we've called his name this season.
Pinch runner.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Here it is from Gonzalez. This one sent into left field, and it is back-to-back singles to start the bottom of the fourth for Jefferson, and not what you want if you're head coach Aaron Byler.
Not at all, because Peyton Corwin is the number 9 hitter. Then you turn the corner, and you got Bailey and the Bear, Cullen, Horowitz, and Matt. The reason for the pinch runner, look in the bullpen down the right field line, and that's Finn Horowitz beginning to loosen.
Is that a Finn warming up?
It is.
And maybe tossing more than quite warming up here. Maybe just getting that arm loose, but we mentioned it. Most likely going to have to be bullpen situation for both of these starters. Just both have pitch counts a lot higher than you would want at this point of the game. Squaring around to bunt is Corwin, pushes it up the third base line. Caleb Edwards coming off the mound and makes a good play, firing over to first. Corwin thought he had it beat by a half step, but does his job, sacrifices the out, and moves those runners to second and third.
Yeah, the bunt goes 1-4. Isaiah Morris, the first baseman, was coming down that first base line, so it was the second baseman, Hudson Clement, wheeling around and making the grab on that throw at first.
Matt, some clouds starting to cover up Sager Field right now. I'm just looking at the radar. We look all right. It's going to get positive news before you tell me to shush.
I'm just saying.
Just a little cloud cover. Nothing to worry about. Back to the top of the order, it is Connor Bailey. Colin Horowitz stands in that on-deck circle.
Got to get through this one, then the rain can come, which is expected. And that you don't see often. Edwards took the hand out of the glove from the baseball. Just gave the circle motion with the finger, wanting his catcher, Matthew Asanovich, hey, go through the signs again. Then he steps off, batter steps out, and they all regroup.
Bailey will walk in a single today. Takes a cut at the first pitch he sees. Fouls it into the netting just to our right. Strike one.
You okay? These top two batters have been extremely difficult to retire. You mentioned Bailey with a walk and a single, then Horowitz, the home run and the intentional walk. Let's see what happens here. What do you do with Horowitz depending on how many runners are on base?
Here comes the 0-1. This one lifted into right field. Should be playable for Canby. Tagging up at third base is Hefner. The catch made in right. Here comes the throw in. Cut off by the first baseman, Isaiah Morrison. Coming in to score the fifth run of the game for Jefferson is Ryan Hefner. Connor Bailey picking up his 20th RBI on the season, his second today.
Yep, sacrifice fly, and there you go. The sac bunt advances the runners. The sac fly gets you a run, and you add to that lead that already seems like a pretty big lead with the way that Vidaz is pitching. And as we expected, Finn Horowitz draws the intentional walk one more time.
Yep. Yeah, Horowitz not surprising. Back-to-back intentional walks after the two-run home run, and with two outs, not a very difficult decision, I wouldn't imagine, for Martinsburg head coach Aaron Byler.
Will he see a pitch the rest of this series?
He's got to see one the rest of the series. There's no way you can intentionally walk him the rest of the series.
Depending on the situations.
Pitch around him. The batter now, Reagan Ollinger. First pitch to him high inside, and the Bear going to jog his way to second base, not even warrant a throw.
Yeah, the delayed steal, if you will, drawing the attention of Asanovich, who has none of it, was not going to throw down and potentially allow Camion Gonzalez to try to steal home.
Pitch was high and inside, so the count 1-0 as Edwards moves back to the windup. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball at the knees for strike one, count even at 1.
Huge out right here for Edwards. We saw a couple of runs score with two outs back in that second inning, and we are now looking at a run scoring, frankly, with two outs in this inning, right? That sac fly is the second out. The run doesn't really cross until that out is recorded.
The 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball. Again, good late movement from Edwards. And Ollinger a strike away from ending the inning. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Edwards. Fastball, this one lifted out of play, foul.
That one off the outside edge. Nice job by Ollinger, just getting the bat out there, making contact, spoiling a pitch, and then living to see another one. We say it all the time when he's up there. He's tough to strike out.
Yep. Just 2 strikeouts on the season and now 75 at-bats. Awaits that 1-2 pitch. Here it is, a fastball. This one off the handle, a slow roll to the left side of the infield. Goes off the glove of Rosenweber into left field. Kamian Gonzalez comes in to score, and in comes Colin Horowitz. 7-0, the Jefferson lead in the bottom of the 4th.
And again, 2-out Lightning for the Jefferson Cougars, as they have put 3 runs on the board in this half inning and 2 in that second inning, all coming with 2 outs. Martinsburg just can't get out of the inning.
All right, you haven't wrote anything down yet, so I imagine a conversation is coming. I think that's an infield single.
Followed by
an
an
error. Yeah, booting off the glove
as that one ends up out into left field, allowing one of the 2 runs to score, which would mean Ollinger getting 1 run batted in, giving him 27.
Batter now is Zach Rose, the big lefty. Takes one outside for ball 1. Yeah, I'm with you. I think that's an infield single every day of the week. And then going off the glove of Rosenweber into the outfield for that second run to score. So Horowitz going to score on the air as Rose takes strike 1, count even. Now at 1 ball, 1 strike.
In a very tough play, don't get me wrong, and Rosenweber's trying to circle around that baseball, keep it on the infield. It looked like he got his feet tangled up just a little bit, or at least kicked into the dirt and stumbled and fell.
The 1-1 lets it foul out of play back over towards the parking lot behind us. Didn't hear a thud, so I believe it missed all the cars. But now Edwards a strike away again from getting out of the inning. It was a 1-2 to Ollinger. And now here comes the 1-2 to Rose. That one, if Matt Miller has a glove on his left hand, he probably makes that catch.
I was reaching for it. I was reaching.
That may be the closest ball we've had this year.
I believe so.
It's usually 1 or 2 every year that kind of come right at us. Edwards looks in with a runner on first base. It is Reagan Ollinger at first. Relatively short lead, and now a time called at home plate as Rose will step out and take a practice cut before stepping back in.
Matt, this is now getting to be a dangerous part of the game for Martinsburg. A 7-0 lead for Jefferson, and the way they've been able to bunch some runs together, you're getting to the point going into the 5th inning where just a few more come in, and you could see a mercy rule game.
1-2 fastball high and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to the batter, Rose. Yeah, a few runs here and there over the next couple of innings, and we may not get a full 7 in. Here comes the 2-2 to Rose, and a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Good location on the pitch to end the inning, but 3 more come across the score for Jefferson. We will go to the 5th inning when we come back. The Cougar lead over Martinsburg, 7-0.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com.
NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Riley Vidaz back out on the mound getting in his warm-up pitches as he goes into his 5th inning of work on the mound. We saw Finn Horowitz warming up in the bullpen, so you would imagine a relatively short leash, I'm guessing, for Vidaz, as we've seen him, I don't want to say struggle through the last couple of innings because nothing to show for it on the scoreboard for Martinsburg, but he's allowed Martinsburg a couple of opportunities the last few innings, and for the Dogs, just not able to capitalize.
No, he's pitched with base runners on pretty much each inning, but has found a way to get the outs that he's needed.
The batter is Asanovich, and he takes a fastball for strike 1. Asanovich on the day has lifted one into left field, and that was a heck of a play made in left field by Peyton Corwin, sliding in on one knee to make the play. This one a chopper right at home plate. Coming out is Connor Bailey to make the play, and a high throw at first base, but Roberts able to get a little airborne and come right back down on the mound for out number 1.
Tough break there for Asanovich right off the end of the bat, and it bounced, maybe a foot, 2 feet at most out in front of home plate. Pretty routine play for Bailey, although a hard throw sometimes around that runner, and we saw that kind of a looping throw there that lifted Roberts, who jumped up, saw the play in front of him, the runner coming at him, had plenty of time to get back down and get the foot on the bag.
Back to the top of the order as Landon Sifford takes strike 1. Sifford a walk today, also a strikeout.
All right, Matt, as we play game 1 of the regional baseball final, game 1 of the softball finals already in the books.
The 0-1 pitch just off the plate, a good take by Sifford, and it's Hedgesville and Washington in softball.
Game 1 goes to Washington by a 12-0 final.
Wow, did not see that one coming. One pitch lifted into foul territory. Cullen Horowitz moving over to his left, and looks like he will run out of room, and he will. The count now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sifford.
Washington with that 12-0 win, now 24-3 on the season. Hedgesville falling to 16-6, and Washington could wrap up that regional championship when they play tomorrow night at Anderson Field out across Route 9 from Hedgesville High School, and that game time is at 7 o'clock.
1-2 pitch coming up out of the windup. Here it is from Vadaz, and I'm not real sure where that one missed. That's a good pitch from our vantage point. Must have been a little off the plate as it looked above the knees. Count even at 2.
Yeah, Jefferson faithful wanted that and didn't get it.
Here comes the 2-2. This one lifted high, but again, foul down that left field line, and we'll do the 2-2 again. And that softball game, not necessarily surprised that Washington got the win, but I think by that margin.
Yeah. What did we say earlier on Miller time? It was, I believe, a 4-0 score, something like that. They only met once in the regular season.
And Washington certainly good in the circle, but for Hedgesville to only get 2 runs, I think a bit of a surprise. A swing and a miss, bouncing in out of the glove of Connor Bailey. It's going to have to be a good throw down at first. A good pick by Sammy Roberts, and that retires Landon Sifford on the strikeout, going 2-3.
Yeah, they out officially on the 2-3, 7 Ks now for Riley Vadaz, and as you said, a nice scoop by Roberts. That's a tough play when the runner's coming right in on you, and you're getting that glove down there near the bag to scoop that short hop.
And Bailey, not enough time to really step inside the baseline to make what would have been more of a direct throw. He's kind of having to go through the runner, Sifford.
It took him time to find the baseball. Wasn't that far from him, but he had no idea where it was.
Hudson Clement stands in, ball 1 off the plate. Reisenweber in the on-deck circle. And for Martinsburg, you'd love to get some production at this point of the game. You need base runners and you need runs. You're running out of outs in this game.
Absolutely. Down 7-0, and knowing, Jefferson puts 3 on the board in the bottom of the 5th as it is right now. Game ends. So
here comes the 2-0 pitch as the 1-0. Missed outside. That one misses inside. Count 3 balls, no strikes. And there hasn't been a inning yet for Vadaz where he has gone in order and not allowed a base runner. Here comes the 3-0 pitch, the old automatic for strike 1. Now a hitter's count 2. Clement is the count 3 balls, 1 strike.
He was taken all the way on that one, you could tell, and you could tell Vadaz took a lot off that pitch, making sure they found the strike zone.
3-1, that one off the plate, ball 4. So once again, Riley Vadaz not able to go 1-2-3, and the Dogs have a base runner.
3rd walk for Vadaz, who came in with 15 walks in 43 innings.
Batter is Jack Reisenweber, a .439 hitter, and the elder statesman on this team. First pitch low in the dirt, now throwing back behind. The runner at first, or back in safely. It's Hudson Clement. A good pick by Connor Bailey at the plate, and tried to get Clement, who got a decent secondary lead, but back in plenty of time. Count 1-0 to Reisenweber. Vadaz out of the stretch. Here comes that 1-0. Strike called on the inside corner. Reisenweber had turned his back. Some late movement on that pitch. It was a fastball, but apparently a little bit of some tail action. Here comes the 1-1 from Vadaz. A called strike 2 on the outside corner. Bailey popped up looking to possibly throw back down to first. Held on to the baseball. And now Vadaz a strike away from getting out of the inning. Top of the 5th, Jefferson leads 7-0. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball. Reisenweber to hold up at the plate, throw down to second. The throw is high, and getting underneath the tag is Hudson Clement. If that throw is on the money, I think they get Clement.
Yeah, I agree. Looked like Gonzalez may have been slightly out in front of the bag as well, so as he made the catch on the high throw, still had to not only reach down but reach back a little bit as well.
Count even at 2 with 2 down. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. A breaking ball, swing and a miss. And for the second time today, Jack Reisenweber is retired on a strike. So 2-out walk. Clement gets a second, but that is as far as he will go. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. 3 runs can win it for Jefferson, and for Martinsburg, they need to keep it under 10 if they want to see the 6th and 7th inning. Back after this, it's Jefferson 7, Martinsburg 0.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
To the bottom of the 5th we go. 7-0 is the lead for Jefferson. If they're able to plate 3 here in the bottom of the 5th, it would be a Mercy Rule 10-run game. They've scored 3 once in this game, and that was the last at-bat in the bottom of the 4th. They've gone scoreless just once in this game, and that was in the 3rd. 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st, identical in the bottom of the 2nd. Caleb Edwards still back on the mound.
And, Matt, the crazy part, 5 of the 7 runs on the board have scored with 2 outs in an at-bat for Jefferson.
Not a surprise the way the season's going. That's common play now. Sammy Roberts steps in and takes strike 1. Roberts reached on a walk his last at-bat in the 3rd and lined out to right field. As the 0-1 pitch misses low and away for ball 1. And a play that a lot of times at the high school level is probably going to end up being a single into right field. His first at-bat turned into a very flashy play in right by Jordan Canby. A slow roll to the third baseman, Lupus, and goes off of his glove, and that'll be an E5 to allow Sammy Roberts to reach on as the leadoff batter.
Yeah, he knew he was going to have to hurry and kind of lifted the glove a little too early, and the ball ticked off the bottom portion of the webbing, and he took another step or 2 past it as he knew he was going to have to kind of scoop and throw, really all in one motion. 3 errors that we would have unofficially on Martinsburg in this one.
Sam Wabnitz, the batter that stands in, the righty so far today, 0 for 2. Roberts gets that lead off of first base. Now secondary. First pitch to Wabnitz, a strike right down the middle.
Matt, as we get started here, the Region 1 Championship Best-of-3 series has Morgantown against Bridgeport. And what a series that should be.
With the 0-1 pitch, here it is. That one off the plate. Now throw back down to first, and they get Sammy Roberts at first base. Great throw from Hasanovich. Good tag by Morris. That throw right on the money, and Sammy Roberts not able to get back in time.
Yeah, the pickoff goes 2-3 for the first out. And the count to Wabnitz now at a ball and a strike. That is a great throw from Hasanovich. Isaiah Morris, nice application of the tag as well.
It was a close play and just enough time for Morris to apply that tag. 1-1 is the count to the batter, Wabnitz. That one low and away, ball 2. And now the bases are empty with 1 down.
Yeah, that's big to be able to get that out.
Here comes the 2-1 pitch, a fastball fouled off out of play, back over towards the cow pasture.
Now you got to be able to keep this score where it is right now. I mean, you look at what Martinsburg has done through the first 5 at-bats, no runs and just 3 hits, and it's an uphill climb as it is. So Edwards doing everything that he can to keep it where it's at and give his offense a chance.
2-2 pitch, breaking ball. This one lifted into right field, moving over onto this Jordan Canby as he approaches foul territory and makes the play for out number 2.
Yeah, very interesting as to whether that was technically a fair or a foul ball. He was kind of crossing the line as he was reaching up and making that catch.
I think he caught it fair, but if he lets it hit the ground, that may be a foul ball.
Either way, it's an out.
Yes.
Can be getting there, and he has been very solid defensively in right.
Still goes in as F9 in the scorebook. Breaking ball, first pitch to Finn Horowitz. Takes that one low and inside for ball one. And story of this game, or one of the stories of this game, is, again, Caleb Edwards struggling with a first pitch strike. Here's a slow bouncer to Reisenweber, goes off of his glove, no play at first.
Boy, a play that we have seen him make so many times during the course of this season, but again, just rushed it a little bit. Was reaching out to make kind of a basket catch where he could then grab that ball out of the glove and fire on to first. And a couple of errors in the inning, and now 4 in the game for Martinsburg.
Matt, you talked about all the outs scored, or all the runs scored with 2 outs in this game, and Martinsburg allowing free bases with 2 outs. Brings up Kamian Gonzalez. He's got 2 singles on the game. And it's come around to score twice. Here comes the first pitch to Gonzalez, and that's a called strike 1 on the outside corner.
Matt, we mentioned Region 1. In Region 3, St. Albans and Oak Hill meet for that best-of-3 championship series. And in Region 4, it's Cabell Midland and Hurricane who will meet.
Edwards steps off, throws back over to first, back in plenty of time. Here's Finn Horowitz. He'll run for himself this time. Saw a pinch runner in Ryan Hefner, who came around to score the first run of the inning in the 4th. Good lead at first for Horowitz. Here comes the 0-1-2 Gonzalez. That one well low and away. Good backhanded stab by Asanovich to keep that one in front and keep Finn Horowitz at first base.
Well, we've seen a lot of 2-out lightning from Jefferson in this one. Again, 5 of the 7 runs on the board, crossing with 2 outs in an inning. Edwards trying to get out of this one without any damage.
Ready with the 1-1. That a strike 2 called at the letters. I don't think Gonzalez agreed with that one. A quick glance back to Jeff King behind the plate.
He thought it was going to be up and away.
Count 1-2, and Edwards a strike away from getting out of the inning and allowing Martinsburg to see the 6th. The Dogs down to their final 6 outs in this game, down 7-0. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, and Kamian Gonzalez goes down on strikes. No runs come around to score in the bottom of the 5th for Jefferson. We'll go to the 6th inning when we return. It's the Cougars 7, Bulldogs 0.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
7-0 Jefferson's lead over Martinsburg as we go to the 6th inning. It was 2 in the bottom of the 1st for the Cougars, 2 in the bottom of the 2nd, scoreless in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, and then scoreless in the 5th. Again, with no runs on the board so far for the Dogs, they're scoreless in each inning. And looking at hits for Martinsburg, just 3 in this ball game. Matt Crawford, Matt Miller here with you. Spencer Dupuis is our on-site engineer. John Alderton, our TV 10 cameraman. Colin McLaughlin is our man back at the studio. And as the 6th inning gets underway, back in with your play-by-play, Matt Miller.
Thank you very much, Matt. Isaiah Morris to get it started out of the number 4 spot in the order. Left-hand batter against the right-hand pitcher. Vadaz ready in the first pitch of the at-bat. A foul tip hung on to by Connor Bailey for strike 1. Morris with a strikeout swinging back in the 1st and a ground out to short in the 4th. Swings and lines this one into center field, dropping for a base hit. There you go, hit number 4 on the day for Martinsburg with a leadoff single from Morris.
And a good piece of hitting by Isaiah Morris. Waited back on that one just enough. We talked about it, the struggle to hit it to the opposite field and wait backing up on those that are on the outside part of the zone. That is a good piece of hitting, short, concise swing. That's something the coaching staff is going to like for him to work on in the offseason going into next year.
Just the second time in this game, Martinsburg has had the leadoff batter reach. Michael Lupus reached on a walk back in the third inning, but eventually was stranded at third. And the first pitch to Caleb Edwards, a little up and in, ball one. Edwards looking for his first hit. He struck out swinging at an 0-2 pitch in the second. On a 1-2 pitch, grounded out to short in the fourth. 1-0 delivery here. That fastball's on the inside corner. Count evens 1-1. We've got Edwards at about 92 pitches. Vadaz upwards of now 100 with the 40s thrown in this half inning. Foul ball back to the screen. Now a ball and 2 strikes. We have only seen Finn Horowitz in that bullpen once, kind of thrown around a little bit and beginning to loosen. So we would see if it would be Horowitz who would come in to replace Vadaz once he reaches that pitch count. The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Here it comes, popped up in the air into right field. Zach Rose moving in a little bit and towards the line, reaches up and makes that grab, and Edwards is retired. Now 0 for 3. The runner at first, Morris, stays put there with 1 away as it brings up Jake Zittel. Zittel looking for his first hit. Had a fly out to center in the second. Did reach in the fourth inning on a third strike wild pitch. And he takes a fastball just a bit high for ball one. Boy, Martinsburg trying to find a way to get some offense going down 7-0. Here's the pitch. It is in there for a strike. Now 1-1. Matt Martinsburg through 5 games in the sectional tournament scored 28 runs, an average of 5.6 a game. This fastball is high and inside for ball 2. And they gave up 4.4 or 22 runs in those 5 games. Swinging away Zittel, getting a piece of that 2-1, fouls it back.
Good contact, just a little late. Rocketed that one into the netting, just to the left of the dugout belonging to Jefferson. Just late on the pitch.
2 balls, 2 strikes. A runner at first with his lead. Roberts not holding him on there, but playing behind the runner. Breaking pitch in the dirt. That one a wild pitch. That gets away from Bailey, hitting the brick over on the left of our position near the Martinsburg dugout, and Bailey throws to second as Morris made a really wide turn there. So he's in scoring position now thanks to the wild pitch as the count goes to 3-2 to Jake Zittel. And Matt, looking back to that sectional tournament, the lowest run output for Martinsburg's 3 runs in the 3-2 9-inning win against Hedgesville for the sectional title. 3-2 pitch down low. There's ball 4. So Martinsburg will have runners at first and second now with 1 away. Walk number 4 on the day for Vadaz, and that's going to do it.
And it is going to be Finn Horowitz.
I would have 12. That would be, about 108 pitches for Riley Vadaz. 65 of those for strikes, and he gets a good round of applause from the crowd on hand here. And let's see if Vadaz will simply move over and play second base. Will this be a straight switch? Vadaz made his way pretty quickly over towards the dugout. So let's see if he is just switching up gloves and then will go out. As Finn Horowitz takes his warm-up tosses, we'll send it back to the studio. Let's take a 1-minute timeout and then come back and get back into the action. Martinsburg is batting in the top of the 6th. They've got runners at first and second with 1 away, but it's Jefferson with a 7-0 lead.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
So Riley Vadaz will simply move to the second base bag and take over for Finn Horowitz, who moves from second to take over for Vadaz on the mound. Riley Vadaz goes 5 1/3 innings. No runs allowed on 4 hits with 8 strikeouts and 4 base on balls. Martinsburg has runners at first and second. Those two are the responsibility of Vadaz as Finn Horowitz takes over. Shine Knotts will be the first batter that Horowitz will face, and he is 2 for 2 with a couple of singles.
Looking at the numbers for Finn, 21 1/3 on the mound this year. This will be his 9th appearance. Comes in with a blank record. No wins, no losses. 20 hits, 4 runs, 3 of those earned, 19 strikeouts, just 9 walks. Not bad numbers for the youngster.
Again, for Vadaz, we had 108 pitches, 65 of those 4 strikes. And now Horowitz takes over in the first pitch off the outside edge, ball 1. Knotts had a single in the first, but then got caught stealing, had a single in the fourth, and got left at first base. Martinsburg has stranded 6 runners so far. 1-0 pitch fouled out of play along the first base side. Now at 1 ball and 1 strike. A little sticky out here?
A little bit. Paper sticking to my forearm.
The runners with their leads. Again, Roberts plays behind the runner at first. Here comes that pitch to the plate. Popped high up into the air off that first base side. And again, this one will get back out of play. Give me a number on that base runner at first base. So that is not Zittle. Is that a 5? Is that Grove?
I can't tell. The numbers are small enough.
Right.
I think it's got to be. Unless it's a 6 of Logan Wilt.
Yeah, that could be Wilt. I did not hear an announcement over the PA. Could have happened during the pitching change after the walk of Jake Zittle, but that's not Zittle at first. The runners with their leads, and the pitch to the plate, a swing and a miss, and Shine Knotts strikes out on that 1-2 pitch. Second out of the inning. Strikeout number 31 on the season for Shine Knotts. 2 down, runner still at first and second, and Michael Lupus will try to provide some 2-out lightning as he takes strike 1. Yeah, I think you are correct. I think that's a 6, and Logan Wilt running down at first base. Horowitz looks at the runner at second. Now the pitch misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike to Lupus. Lupus with a walk and has struck out swinging. 0 for 1. Swings and sends this one back up the middle, hits off the front slope of the mound. It's fielded by Gonzalez, the shortstop. Little underhand toss to second, getting it to Vadaz in time to get the force out of Wilt and bring the inning to a close.
That'll check your reflexes at shortstop on, and heck of a play by Cayman Gonzalez.
Yeah, absolutely. Great play there. The out goes 6-4 for the fielder's choice, brings the inning to a close, and Martinsburg gets a couple of base runners, but unable to score. Moving to the bottom of the 6th when we come back. Jefferson in front of Martinsburg, 7-0.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com.
NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
Back once again here at Sager Field. Game 1 of the best of 3 AAA Region 2 Championship Series. Didn't used to be this way, Matt. Back in the day, the regions were broken up into 4 sections, and the Section 1 and 2 winners would play each other in a regional semifinal. Same for Sections 3 and 4, and then they would get together for a single regional championship game between those 2 winners, and that's how these teams met all the way back in 09, 10, and 11, when Martinsburg won in 9 and 10 and Jefferson won in 11. That wasn't a series. That was a single game. We are underway in this bottom half of the 6th inning, and Peyton Corwin taking ball 1, next delivery, and that one a bit down and in for ball 2. And Caleb Edwards out there as he nears 100 pitches. Corwin has reached on an error and laid down a sacrifice bunt, so he is 0 for 1, and he'll take a called strike, this one on that outside corner. Now at 2-1. Connor Bailey and then Cullen Horowitz due next. 7-0 Jefferson. Pitch to the plate, a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2.
Good fastball for Edwards.
A little sneaky fast after those first couple pitches.
Yeah, absolutely. Reach back for a little bit more on that pitch.
Now the break even to the plate, and that went outside for ball 3 and another full count. We have seen a number of those today. Both starters getting high into that pitch count. Vadaz right now, though, the pitcher of record, going 5 1/3, looking to pick up his 3rd win of the year against these Dogs. Here's the pitch, a strike called on the inside corner. Corwin caught looking. 5 Ks now in the ball game for Edwards.
And a big first out as it goes back to the top of the order. Connor Bailey up and Cullen Horowitz on deck. And now with you get Bailey out, makes the walking of Horowitz probably another guarantee with 2 outs and the base is empty. Well, I think even if Bailey gets on, I think Coach Byler probably going to elect to give Horowitz Horowitz the free bag.
I mean, you're already down 7-0. You don't want to go down by another run in this situation. Bailey takes, pitch missing down low for ball 1.
And so far, rolling the dice on that has paid off for Coach Byler.
This one in there for a strike, even though it gets away from Matthew Asanovich, and the count now even 1-1. Bailey has walked and scored, delivered an RBI single, and then last time up a sacrifice fly into right. Couple of runs batted in, lifting him to 20 on the season. Edwards with a breaking pitch. That had Bailey dancing around in the box as he takes inside for ball 2.
Little happy feet.
2 balls and a strike to Bailey as he awaits. Edwards ready to go, and here's that pitch down low for ball 3. If Bailey draws the walk, he's still walking Horowitz. I think so.
Yeah. As long as you're not walking him to put a man at third base or walking him home, I think I'm. Although at the same time, his head's been out of it the last 2 at-bats, hasn't had to think of it and take a legit at-bat. Do you test your luck?
3-1 pitch is a called strike on the inside corner. Jefferson fans thought that was going to be ball 4. So too did Bailey, who moved across the front of home plate ready to go to first. Our plate umpire Jeff King says, no, that is a strike. And now the 3-2 is due. Edwards ready. Here it comes. Swinging a line drive into left field. Coming in on it and there to make the head-high grab is Landon Sifford. So he hit it hard, but right at the left fielder. 2 down, bases empty for Cullen Horowitz. And Horowitz again looks at the plate umpire as Jeff King says, go ahead and take first base. 3rd straight at bat in which Horowitz has been intentionally walked after hitting the 2-run home run over the left field fence in the first inning. You can't blame a coach. It is frustrating, though, when, fans want to see the young man get a chance to swing, because you know how dynamic it can be every time he does.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're Coach Byler, you're fighting for a regional championship.
That's
here.
it.
Fans can come see what they want to see in the regular season, but right now he's playing for a trip to Charleston.
It'll bring to the plate Reagan Allinger, who will take ball one down low. He is 1 for 3. A line out to short on that leaping snow cone catch from Reisenweber in the first. A fly out to center in the second. Reached on the RBI infield hit in the fourth. Swings and sends this one foul out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Martinsburg down to their final 3 outs, Matt. Top half of inning number 7. The 9, 1, and 2 hitters do. That part of the lineup has a hit in 2, 4, 5 at-bats. A couple of walks in there as well. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch due. Instead, Edwards has taken too much time. Allinger asked for and is granted time. He'll step out, take a practice cut. Now step back in, awaiting that 1-1 pitch.
And if you would have told me at 50 pitches through 2 innings that it would still be Caleb Edwards on the mound, I would not have believed it the way it started.
Here's that 1-1, missing outside. 2 balls and a strike. And the intentional walk without having to throw a pitch doesn't end up hurting, right? Go to the Little League level, and they make you mark those 4 pitches, I believe.
Which I don't get, because it's all about the safety of players.
2-1 pitch hit high into the air into shallow center field. Coming in on it is Shine Knotts, and he is under it and makes the grab, and the side is retired. A 2-out intentional walk to Cullen Horowitz. He is stranded at first. Side is retired, and for Martinsburg, last chance, and they are in need of runs. We go to the top of the 7th inning. The 9, 1, and 2 hitters do, and Jefferson leading 7-0.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Back again here at Sager Field. We go to the top half of inning number 7. Finn Horowitz trying to close it out. Would not get a save in this situation. Riley Vadaz would get the win in the starts. If Horowitz can close it out right now with a 7-0 lead. Storyline through 6, Matt. 7 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 5 left, 1 in scoring position for Jefferson. Plating 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and 3 in the fourth. Martinsburg, no runs, 4 hits. They've committed 4 errors, leaving 8 and 5 in scoring position. Matthew Asanovich to get it started. Takes the first pitch down low, ball 1. First full inning of relief for Horowitz, who came in to face 2 batters in that 6th inning, getting a strikeout and a fielder's choice ground ball out to get out of a 1-out runner at first and second situation. 1 ball, no strike pitch. Here it comes, and that is called a strike. Now the Martinsburg faithful feeling like that pitch missed up. Top of the strike zone, strike call there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Scoreboard even has 2-0. They thought, really, that was a strike? That one misses down low. Scoreboard says 3 balls and no strikes. Our umpire, Jeff King, corrects him. Nope, that's 2-1.
Now the scoreboard changes.
Sonovich 0 for 2, a fly out to left, and a tapper out in front of the plate. The out-recorded catcher to first baseman. Here he watches the 2-1 pitch, a bit low and outside. 3 balls and a strike. Now, Martinsburg's had the leadoff on in a couple of innings, but to no avail as they've yet to dent the scoreboard. 3-ball, 1-strike pitch. Here's a bouncing ball, slowly hit towards the shortstop. In on it is Camian Gonzalez. Fields and throws on the run and in time to get him. Not even close at first.
Yeah, good play on the run. That was the first one he had truly had to charge in on the grass like that. The other ones had taken some good hops, but that one quick skipping across the grass and fielded perfectly and a very solid throw on the run.
Let's go back to the top of the order and Landon Sifford. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, one in the first, one in the fifth, sandwiched in between in the third. He drew a base on balls. Here he takes ball 1 down low in the dirt through to the backstop. That walk came on a 3-2 pitch. The opening strikeout on an 0-2 pitch, and the strikeout in the fifth on a 2-2 pitch. And out actually recorded 2-3 in that fifth inning as he struck out on a pitch in the dirt. Takes this one that's a bit high and outside. 2-0. Horowitz fell behind Asanovich, but battled back and got the ground ball out. 2-0 pitch here, and that one on the inside corner for a strike.
Sifford looked like he was taking the whole way on that.
Game 2 of this series tomorrow night. It'll be at P.O. Faulkner Park at Martinsburg. Game time at 7, pregame 6:40. Fly ball hit into right field. Zach Rose moving back on it. Spins around as he makes that catch. Sifford sending the 2-1 the other way for the second out.
I was going to compliment Rose on looking light on his feet in right field. I think probably still picking up, playing right field a little bit, at least at this level. I have played it as a youngster, but we've not seen him in right up until about 2 weeks ago.
It'll bring to the plate now with 2 outs and nobody on. Hudson Clement out of the number 2 spot in the order, and the first pitch to him in the dirt to the backstop for ball 1. Cloudy skies prevail. Rain is in the forecast, but not until we're done. Maybe a very quick post game.
I was going to say, did you call somebody about that, or
maybe a very quick post game? This pitch down low, 2 balls and no strikes. By the way, we'll join the Nationals and the Pirates in progress as we wrap up here. Haven't even efforted that score yet. 2-0 pitch on the way. This one fouled out of play. First base side now at 2 balls and 1 strike. Hudson Clement had a single in the first, lined out to third in the third, and then walked in the 5th inning. Got stranded at second base there. One of 8 base runners. Martinsburg is left on base. Fouls the 2-1 pitch to the backstop, 2-2, and you may have heard one more.
They've also heard the ricochet of that baseball.
Yes.
As it went almost back about 40 feet up the line. Coming off the mound to get it is Horowitz.
1 pitch away from closing out game 1. Taking his time before getting back in the box is Hudson Clement. Now he's ready. Finn Horowitz is ready. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. Here it comes. Low and outside. There's ball 3. Don't you love the tension, if you will, on that pitch that could end the game?
Yep.
I mean, it's 7-0. But it's
you still got quite a few opportunities to end the game at this point.
There's still
but
that excitement
you won it
level.
the first time.
The 3-ball, 2-strike delivery. Horowitz ready. Here it comes, and this one lined into left field, dropping quickly near the line. It is in for a base hit. Corwin gets over to pick that baseball up and hold Hudson Clement to the 2-out single.
And credit Clement not going down without a fight.
Second hit for him in this ball game. We said coming in he had been pretty hot. One of the reasons he got moved from the lower portion of the order up to that top spot in the order, or well, the number 2 spot. As Coach Byler said, hey, I want to get those hot bats, another opportunity. Jack Reisenweber takes strike 1 on that inside corner. 2 outs with a runner at first. Again, 7-0 is that lead for Jefferson. Reisenweber 0 for 3, looking to get on base and keep this one going. Takes a breaking pitch for strike 2 on the inside corner. Good looking pitch. Reisenweber a strikeout in the first, a pop out to first in foul territory. That was in that 3rd inning. And then a strikeout in the 5th inning. And he's going to go down for a quick visit with head coach Aaron Byler, and Hudson Clement going to come over as well.
I think there may be some sort of hit and run play on here.
I don't know, but I got to go back and figure out at what point in time did we turn baseball into a situation where runners came over and there were meetings in foul territory.
Isn't that what signs are for?
And you have a first base coach.
Yeah.
I've not understood where that has become a rule in baseball that everyone's like, yeah, if there's a conference on the mound, you'll see that. All the runners go over and talk with the coach. It's unique to me, but... All right, Reisenweber awaiting as a little breeze starts picking up. He's back in the box in the 0-2 delivery. Here it comes. Swing and a foul tip into the dirt right in front of the catcher. It bounces away from Bailey, and it holds 0-2.
Did you mention quick postgame?
Yeah, we may just wrap it up by giving you the totals because we've got to pretty quickly, I'm sure, get our gear taken care of. We noticed what's supposed to be about an 11-degree drop in temperature.
It's coming.
Yeah, you can feel it right now. 0-2 pitch gets fouled away and out of play. Fans feel it, too. A lot of them starting to pick up chairs and be ready to hit the road as this one wraps up. Reisenweber awaiting another 0-2 pitch. 2 outs with a runner at first. 7-0 Jefferson. Chance to close out game one. Off-speed pitch sent the other way. A backhanded stop. No, Roberts couldn't control it. In and out of his glove and rolling over towards Vidaz, the second baseman. That'll be an infield base hit for Reisenweber, keeping the inning going for Isaiah Morris.
Again, credit the Dogs, not going down without a fight.
We've seen some fight in these teams all year long, have we not? Hedgesville's done it. We've seen Musselman, Martinsburg, Jefferson, Washington. Some very good baseball here in the Panhandle here in 2021 as the pitch to Isaiah Morris, high and outside, ball one. Especially, Matt, when you consider these guys didn't get to play last year. 1 ball, no strike pitch. It is on the way. Swing and a miss. Now 1-1. Down on the scoreboard right now at 1-2, but it's 1-1 to Morris, who is 1 for 2. Had a strikeout in the first, a ground out to short in the fourth, a single to center last time up in the sixth. He takes this one down and in, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
And there is some action down the right field line.
Is that Shipe? I can't quite tell.
Now there's a coach protecting him. No, I think that may be Ricketts.
It's Coach LaFollette who is protecting the pitcher and catcher. Pitch to the plate in the dirt, bounces away from Bailey. That'll be a wild pitch, advancing the base runners to second and third. Again, not a huge deal in the regard that those runs don't mean much right now with a score 7-0. Those runs score, you get the last out, and you win 7-2.
But you don't want to get momentum going.
Amen. There you go. Swing and a miss at the 3-1 pitch, now 3-2. That pitch a little bit up and away from the left-hand batter. Payoff pitch is due. 3-2 to the plate, and a swing and a bouncing ball, foul just outside of that first base bag. We'll do it again. I hugged the line a little more than I thought as it came off the bat. So Morris will step back in. Caleb Edwards waiting in the on-deck circle, hoping for his opportunity to swing the bat. Waiting for everybody to get situated. Morris stepping back in. And the 3-ball, 2-strike pitch. Here it comes, off speed, ripped down into the right field corner, but again foul. Morris just a little bit out in front of that one. Next pitch will be the 8th pitch of this at-bat. Dogs really making him work hard to try to close this one out. And as you said, it is Will Ricketts in the bullpen down that third base line.
I don't think we've seen him throw yet this year. If we did, it was very early on.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought we did see him for just a very short stint.
It may have been the Martinsburg game at the beginning of the year.
May have been.
Hadn't been in a while. If only we had our score sheet.
I was going to say, if I only had a book that could show me that. Here we go again with that payoff pitch, and that one's down low. That's ball 4. The bases are loaded, and the Martinsburg rally with 2 outs continues. Clement at third, Reisenweber at second, Morris at first. Caleb Edwards to the plate. Looking back, no, Vidaz went the distance in that one, so it clearly was not that matchup. First pitch in there for a strike to Caleb Edwards. Edwards struck out in the second, grounded out to short in the fourth, flied out to right in the 6th inning. Batting with 2 outs and the bases loaded, down 7-0. Martinsburg trying to rally. 0-1 pitch, down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. And the Martinsburg faithful ready to explode should there be a hit and something exciting happen and some runs score for them. The Jefferson faithful ready to explode if Horowitz can get this final out and close out game one. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Swing and a foul ball out of play first base side, now at 1-2. Jake Zittel would be due next. Edwards, the 6th batter to hit in this Martinsburg 7th inning.
It hasn't been a easy inning for Horowitz to get out of. And not out of it yet. Boy, Edwards choking up about 2.5 inches on that bat.
1-2 pitch outside, 2-2.
Good grief. I haven't seen somebody choke up on a bat like that since Little League.
And Horowitz put a little bit of everything he had into that pitch. Missed it outside. Now that 2 ball, 2 strike pitch. Here it comes. Swing, and this one, a looping liner into shallow center field. Coming in on it, diving for it. Did he make the catch? Wapnitz made the grab, and the ball game is over, and the shutout is preserved. Oh, what a catch.
Wow, we've seen some flashes of the leather today, especially in the outfield.
Put a star by that one. That would have been a base hit to score at least a 2, and if it got by Wapnitz, maybe could have cleared him. Instead, it's a diving grab to close this one out, and Jefferson takes game 1 of the best-of-3 series by a 7-0 final. All right, we will take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back. There will be no other break in our post-game show. We will wrap it up on the other side of this 2-minute break. It's West Virginia High School playoff baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Craving lunch or dinner? The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving. Awarded one of the 101 most unique places to eat in West Virginia, the Cider will fill you up with their delicious fresh orchard panini, mouth-watering smoker burger, farmer's daughter Cobb salad, and more. The Cider Press also serves a wide selection of craft beer and hard ciders. The Cider Press, serving lunch and dinner daily and where the food is fresh. You'll feel right at home. Now offering online ordering at Cider Press Deli and Grill.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Well, somebody won a baseball game in the state of West Virginia because I hear Country Roads. It plays after just about every game that gets played across the Mountain State. And today it's at Sager Field where the Cougars and their spectators celebrate a victory in Game 1 of this best-of-3 AAA Region 2 Baseball Championship Series 7-0. The final. Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller, John Alderton on our TV 10 camera. Thanks to Spencer Dupuis, our on-site producer, and Colin McLaughlin, our studio engineer. Matt, the bottom half of inning number 1 for Jefferson really ended up giving them the only runs that they would need as Connor Bailey walked, and then Cullen Horowitz does what Cullen Horowitz does.
Yeah, 2-run homer, and again, that's all they would need, but that was certainly fireworks early. 2 more runs in the bottom of the single for Connor Bailey that would score 2 runs. Scoreless through the third, 3 in the bottom of the 4th inning And again, that would be just extra icing on the cake as we had goose eggs the rest of the game. 7-0, the final. Jefferson gaining the 1-0 lead in the best-of-3 series, so a win away now from going to the state tournament with a 7-0 win over Martinsburg.
All right, we take a look at some of the numbers. Riley Vidaz in the start for Jefferson, 5 1/3 innings, no runs, 4 hits. He struck out 8 and walked 4. He threw 108 pitches, 65 for strikes. Finn Horowitz came in an inning and 2/3, no runs on 2 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Matt, he threw 33 pitches in that 7th inning, so 40 in the ball game for him in that inning and 2/3. But hey, it was good enough. He doesn't get a save, but I guess you give him a hold in this situation. Caleb Edwards in the start for Martinsburg, goes the distance, 6 innings, 7 runs allowed on 6 hits. He struck out 5, but also walked 6 batters. And Matt, you couple 6 walks with 4 errors, and that doesn't spell victory for Martinsburg.
No, it does not. And offensively for the Dogs, just 4 hits total in the game, and Matt, 11 runners left on, 7 of those in scoring position. We'll get the final totals here in a minute. But offensively for the Dogs in the leadoff spot, a walk for Landon Sifford, a couple of hits for Hudson Clement in that 2 spot, along with a walk and infield single for Jack Reisenweber, 2 singles for Shine Knotts. Other than that, not a whole lot doing for Jefferson. The leadoff spot, a single and a walk for Connor Bailey, also 2 RBI in the game. For Bailey, we talk about the 2-run home run for Cullen Horowitz. He would finish with just 1 hit on the day. He went 1 for 1, was intentionally walked 3 times, but did come around to score another time in the game. That was in the 4th. A infield single RBI for Reagan Ollinger, a walk for Sammy Roberts, a single for Finn Horowitz, 2 singles for Kami Gonzalez, and that is your offensive numbers for Martinsburg and Jefferson.
So we get to the final totals. Jefferson, 7 runs on 6 hits with 1 error, 5 left, and 1 in scoring position. No runs on 6 hits with 4 errors, 11 left, 7 in scoring position for Martinsburg. Vidaz, 7-1 with a win. Edwards falls to 6-2 with a loss. Time of the game, 2 hours and 1 minute. Jefferson has now won 4 straight, and 7 of their last 8. They are 26-3. Martinsburg has a 4-game winning streak snapped, but still winners of 16 of their last 19, as they are now 22-8. As we wrap it up here, we remind you to tune in tomorrow as we bring you the action from P.O. Faulkner Park. It's a 7 o'clock first pitch, 6:40 our pregame show. A Jefferson win, they claim the regional championship and move on to the state tournament. A Martinsburg win would bring us right back here on Wednesday for the decisive 3rd game in this best-of-3 series. Thanks to our sponsors for supporting our coverage of high school playoff baseball. Thank you for joining us at each of our broadcast entities. Thanks to both head coaches, Aaron Byler and John Lowry Sr., providing interviews and information for our broadcast. And thanks to Colin McLaughlin, our engineer at the studio, Spencer Dupuis, our on-site producer, John Alderton running our TV10 camera. And for Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller, reminding you, stay tuned on the radio side. We are on our way to Washington Nationals baseball, hosting the Pittsburgh Pirates. Final score in this one, it's Jefferson 7, Martinsburg nothing. Until tomorrow, so long, everyone.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Smallwood and Small Insurance, Thomas Miller Agent, Administrative Drive, Martinsburg. Cider Press Restaurant, Exit 5, Inwood. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring in Inwood. Chris Ross with Milestone Realty, Tavern Road, Martinsburg. The Mortgage Center in the Aiken Center, Martinsburg. Dynamark Atlantic Security, your local alarm professional. Ollie's VIP Northside, Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. Art McBee Insurance, Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. D&N Auto Specialists off Tavern Road, Martinsburg. And Heffley Motors, HeffleyMotorCompany.com.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talk radio WRNR.com. All rights reserved.